I'd like to ask the coach to give us a summary of the activities leading to the game, and then Jordan will also speak to that, and then I'll pick your questions.
We have to play against Colombia. Important game for both teams, and it will be great to see two fantastic teams on the pitch, different styles, with both teams committed to win the game, create entertainment, and for sure both teams trying to bring the best results home. And I hope with the right inspiration and the right attitude, we'll be able to be a better team on the pitch tomorrow, and of course get the result that our fans they expect from us. With all due respect of Colombia, of course, but this is our commitment for tomorrow.
Hi everyone. We know tomorrow is going to be a big game. We are ready. We've been growing in the tournament. Listen, tomorrow we just want to put in a show and make sure we win tomorrow, and that's the most important thing for us is to win.
Hi, Carlos. Quick question for you, and then you had a couple of injury concerns after the game against Croatia. Can you just give us an update on the injury situation of those players? And then my other question to you is that after the group stages of the World Cup, we saw 9 African countries out of 10 make it to the round of 32, but in the round of 32, only 1 has qualified so far to the round of 16. I know you can't promise the future, but what do you have to say to anybody that thinks that Ghana will be the next country to go home?
Yeah, it's another challenge for us. We have to improve this stats for tomorrow. We have to make it better. So it is on our shoulders to be sure that we add another African team to the next round. That's our duty. Regarding the injuries, everything, all 25 players are fully ready to play. The only player that we did not able to recover for tomorrow is the central back defender, Pedro. All the others are fully ready to play.
And Jordan, what have you guys been working on? Obviously, you said that you were a bit sluggish in possession with that particular game. What's been the preparations like, and how should we expect? What should we expect against Colombia tomorrow?
Personally, I think the Croatia game was a one-off. Let's take it like that. Colombia is a knockout stage. It's going to be a knockout game, so it's going to be totally different. We'll have to be ready for that challenge. And it's a top team, and it's going to be a difficult game, but I'm confident that with what the manager has told us tactically, we'll be ready for the challenge tomorrow, so there's no problem about that.
Hello, Coach. And hello, Jordan. This is Mosra from Olas Coaches Nigeria. Coach, this will be your 5th World Cup. And most of your squad are playing their first ever knockout match. How are you mentally preparing them for a high-stake win or go home scenario, especially with what we have seen with other African teams so far in this round of 32?
I'm fully ready. I've been in these situations a couple of times, as you said. Different competitions, but knockout stage, it is something special. There is nothing to compare in football when you go to this stage of everything to win and nothing to lose. Those are the really World Cup stuff now for us. These are the games that count and matters. It's more about. It's not only about talent. It's about character. It's about attitude, courage, bravery during 90 minutes. And In this game, there is no guys that some of them are brave or others not brave. It's just guys that they last more 10 minutes than the others. And this is exactly what we are doing with the players to make them ready to be always one step ahead of the game, and one jump more, one run more, one sprint more, one better pass. And we have to play the game. This is my experience. We know it is a lot of pressure. No, we don't need to bring more pressure for us. We have to be sure that when the game starts, I have to be sure that my players, they really enjoy to play the game. They enjoy every challenge, every pass, every strike on goal, every single duel. And when we start to win those small things in the game, we start to build the result that we expect.
As we speak right now, you are the lowest ranked team remaining at this World Cup, and you are facing an unbeaten team that is ranked number 11 in the world. Statistically, does this ranking gap reflect a true difference in quality, or are you guys regularly prepared to show the world that statistics is not everything in football? And finally, what is your belief in Nana Kweiku's prediction for this World Cup? The witch doctor.
Listen, in football, every game we start is 50-50. And tomorrow is going to be another tight game. And listen, we're going to do our best. We're going to put on a show, and we'll see what will happen. But what I can guarantee is that we'll definitely make Africa proud and Ghana proud. And about the rich doctor, I haven't seen anything about it, so I can't tell you, to be honest.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Anyway, Thierry, man. So my question to you is, one of the biggest stories so far from the Ghana team is goalkeeper Benjamin Sari. Again, another very good performance against Croatia. What exactly are your plans in the goalkeeping department? Because clearly we didn't start the tournament with him. Is Atisiki fully fit? And if he is,
it's another massive night at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The Black Stars of Ghana face in the round of 32 against Colombia for a spot in the round of 16. But the game has been making rounds all over Ghana and then even the world, because the Black Stars made a case for themselves when they drew 0-0 against England and then won in the dying minutes against Panama. I won't be doing this show alone. I have in the studios with me some amazing pundits. On my far left is Andrews, and then here is Victor. Guys, welcome. It's the Black Stars against Colombia.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
How are you feeling? High hopes?
Definitely. I mean, from what we saw today, from the African reps, Egypt's great show against Australia. It was a very difficult game, but the most important thing is that at the end of 120 minutes, they won it. We just saw the game between Cape Verde and, of course, Argentina. Very difficult game for the Cape Verdeans, but again, they stretch Argentina beyond their maximum limits, and I'm sure that they are proud of their own performance, and I'm so happy for them. But it's business time, and it's show time for the Black Stars. I think every other African country, whatever they've done, doesn't concern me at this point.
Well, Andrews, until Egypt beating Australia, it looked like Africa were on the decline, even though we had 9 teams at the round of 32. But Egypt have shown that it wasn't really a case. It was just we getting the momentum. Can Ghana do something similar?
I think it boils down to how we are going to match ourselves, or how well we are psyched for the game. Because if it's just a matter of the players having it at the back of their mind that we are playing against Colombia, a big nut to crack, you get it. It'll be difficult for them to climb that hurdle. But if they have it at the back of their mind that yes, it's football, we can win, they can win, then I'm sure they are going to cause an upset. So to me, I want them to approach the game like how they went into the game against England, knowing well that everything depends on that game. So I think this game should be like that of the England game that we played. Everything depends on this game. Their life, everything depends on this game. So once they're able to approach it like that, then I'm sure victory is going to be ours.
Well, before we continue, let me acknowledge our sponsors, Emlyn Logistics, Simply Solutions. Malcolm, where Ghana shops. Glyco will cushion you for life. Ursula Enterprise, where efficiency needs performance. 369 Gym, a center for core strength, balance, and well-being. Milo, wake up your champ with Milo. DSTV, home of entertainment. Furniture City, home of quality furniture. Lizzie Shito, stock up spice and stay satisfied. Just Chinese from our kitchen to your heart. Kunori Cosmetics, health skin renewed confidence. Bigo, big refreshing moment. Vena mineral water. Share love with Vena mineral water. Rush energy drink. Be bold. Be you. Electroland Ghana, home of electronics and affordable luxury. Glyco, a dream is more than a wish. It's the business you are building, it's the home you are investing in, the family you are providing for, the future you are working hard to create. Download the Glyco General app to sign up or call 0501 144 7694 or email at customerexperience@glycogeneral.com or visit any Glyco General branch in Ghana near you. Whether it's protecting yourself, vehicle, home, business, or valued assets, Glyco General Insurance gives you the reliable insurance solutions designed to cushion you against life unexpected setback. Emlyn Logistics, your partner, trusted in paint and plasterboard supplier. Dansoman Banana in 922 Place Building, Saka Dawuru Street, or in Domain opposite Goy 4 Station, or at the Agege last stop in Dansoman. Call on WhatsApp 0501 8725. Transform your home, beautify your office, quality you can trust. Emblem Logistics, Simply Solution. And then 369 Gym, located in East Legon. 369 Gym and Wellness Center is a 24-hour fitness and wellness facility offering strength training, reformer pilots, group fitness classes, sports massage, recovery services, IV therapy, and personalized wellness support. Built around the belief that fitness and wellness go in hand. 369 provides a space where the people can train, recover, and invest in their long-term health. Whether you are an elite athlete, a weekend footballer, or simply someone committed to living a healthier life, having the right environment can make all the difference. Lizzie Sheto, want that real Ghanaian heat in your meal? Grab a pack of Lizzie Sheto, the hot pepper sauce that tastes like homemade with shrimp, fish, and zero preservative. It's spicy, rich, and full of flavor. Perfect for rice, kenke, and wache, or whatever meal you want to eat it with. Lizzie Sheto, a spicy, available in shops and supermarkets near you. For bulk purchases, call 0501 683344 or 0501 550998. And guys, you've seen the lineup, and one surprise, will I say surprise, is Atizigi returning. It looked like Benjamin Asare, once he came in for Atizigi during the Panama game, he was set to remain Ghana's #1, but Carlos doesn't believe in that.
I don't think he doesn't believe in that. To me, I think probably Atizigi is recovering. He should have made him probably come from the bench. Let Asare start because he has gained momentum into the tournament, and Atizigi coming in to replace him. Yes, I don't know how he will feel, but yes, he's a sportsman, so whoever replaces him, yes, he has to take that opportunity and play for himself. But I think that Atizigi coming in, yes, a lot to be expected from him because the game itself, much is going to be expected from all the players. So if Atizigi is to replace Asare,
Andrews, sorry for cutting you off, but we have on Zoom Joel Eshen, who is far back in the United States of America. Joel, if you can hear me, how is the mood at the stadium?
All right. So, currently, I am in New Jersey, going around the fan parks and how Ghanaians around are preparing for that game. It's like the momentum, Philadelphia against Croatia. This particular one, it looks like the Colombians in town, and how Colombia in particular, they played against the Portugal, I think that is making Ghanaians, doubt the team's ability to qualify to the ability, and also the lineup, particularly for where one of the places I went, legit African touch, so they said African food and all that. That particular place, I think that the people around are not really happy with the lineup. Seeing Atizigi replacing Benjamin Asari and also Derek Lucasen replacing Jonas Ajiti. For now, I've tried to get in touch with some members of the team whether Jonas Ajiti is not fit or not. It looks like it is the coach who is opting to go for Derek Lucasen. Personally, the game against Croatia that I watched, Lucasen was not, really exceptional to get a starting lineup in a very crucial game like this. But we don't know what has happened behind the scene. Maybe, and that is the information we are getting, maybe Jonas Ajete is not fit. That is why Derek Lucasen is playing. But for the Colombians, they are in high spirits and they believe that they've already secured their place to the round of 16 because they think that Ghana will not be a match for them.
Well, Joel, we will come back for you when there is full time, and hopefully there will be joy in the stands when there is full time. That was Joel there in New Jersey, following the Black Stars through their journey at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Well, just like Joel was saying, Lucasen comes in for Jonas Ajete. The pairing of Ajete and Jerome Opoku, it was brilliant in the last two games before he was replaced by Lucasen. But Lucasen got the goal against Croatia, and maybe, I don't know if that's what's, making Keros actually trying to reshuffle the defense.
I think it's a challenge because the moment you see everything is going on well, then you see one changes, then everything's come back to default settings. Yes, we are talking about Atizigi in post replacing Benjamin Asari. To come to the game, a lot is expected from all the players. Atizigi in post, much is going to be expected from him. We are going to see how he's going to be able to communicate, marshal the defense well, so that you will not be able to concede more goals, because it's not going to be an easy game for us in this game. Yes, it's football, anything can happen. How you're able to control your defense will determine how you're able to save, or how you're able to, as it were, become dormant in the game. So let's see how he's able to communicate well with the players. Yes, Lucasen replacing Ajeti. Again, we are trying to figure out our centre back replacement for Jiku and Salisu. Yes, we got in the person of Ajete and one player in that regard. But we've seen that reshuffle again. Frimpong being replaced and Lucasen coming in. I'm not sure it's because of the goal he got for the against Croatia, but like Joel said, the coach is trying to believe that he can prove something for himself or for the nation as well. So let's see how best he's able to prove that, giving the nod this time around in place of Ajete. Like I said, it's football. Anyone called onto the pitch has a role to play. Let's see how best they can give that for the nation.
Well, Victor, we've talked about the attack.
I mean, just to add a little to it. Look, I don't think that we should be arguing about the starting lineup that we've seen so far from the coach. Yes, I mean, from what we've seen at the group stages, he's paraded a certain starting lineup that impressed. Don't forget that same coach could have decided that in the first game against Panama, he was going to use Derek Lucasen in that particular game. And perhaps he could have done well, and there will not be any case for Jonas Ajeti at the moment. So, look, let's just give the coach the opportunity. I mean, he has been behind the scenes with them. He knows what happens, and I'm sure he knows the consequences of his decision today. And he knows this Colombia team as well. So let's just give him benefit of that. First 20 minutes, at least we'll get to see how the team is performing.
Well, but then the attack. Ghana seem to play well when there is the introduction of Fatau Isaaku. But once again, for the fourth time this tournament, he is on the bench. And then Jordan Ayew, who's had multiple, complaints from fans and then pundits alike still gets to start?
Yeah, I think that's one of the questions. If I was supposed to be in a post-match press conference on a pre-match, I would love to ask the coach why he prefers to start Brandon Thomas Asante off from the bench, and also why he likes to bring in Fatai Saku. But I'm just reading the coach mind, and I'm thinking that this is a coach who believes that these are guys, whether they start or whether they come from the bench, they are able to impact the game. So irrespective of whatever time they start, they come in and you see their imprint on the style of play. Immediately they come in. So once again, these are coaching decisions, and I'm sure the most important thing, like he keeps on mentioning right from his introduction to Ghanaians, that whoever gets to wear the national team colors, it is Ghana first. It's not about anybody. So I'm sure the players he has given the opportunity to start, I'm sure they are going to, keep that kind of mentality and remember that they are playing on behalf of a certain group of people somewhere that are the Black Stars, and that even the flood situation that just happened, the coach released a statement to say that, they have us in thought. He will give them all these kind of talks for them to understand that they have people to play for. And I just hope that at the end of the day, we emerge victorious.
Well, guys, it's almost time, so quickly, the predictions. Andrews.
It'll be difficult to stick my neck out in the game. Yes, yes, I would go in for a 2-1 victory. A 2-1 victory will do
For Ghana.
Let's hope so.
Victor.
Well, I think I'll be there in first half. I think first half I'll go for Ghana 1. It's a very ambitious scoreline, but I want to keep it that way.
Well, take over then. Let's go.
Well, thank you very much, and welcome to our live coverage of the game between the Black Stars and Colombia. And I'll say good morning because it's already 1:30 a.m. here in the country. But if you are watching us live from somewhere around the Americas, this is around 9:30 Friday evening there. And it's a knockout football between the Black Stars and Colombia. And huge history is on the line. A knockout stage, a round of 16 for grabs here. And interesting is the Los Cafeterios. And there's a chance for them to at least get themselves into a very favorable position if they are able to beat the Black Stars this evening. And a lot of changes to the squad by Coach Cash Claret. 4 changes to the team that played against Croatia. And that have come under a bit under fire. That some of the players have been rested, especially goalkeeper Benjamin Asari, with most of the fans, calling for his start in this particular game. But the coach has got other ideas compared to that of Nesto Lorenzo, who happens to be the head coach of this Colombian team. So here is the starting lineup for you. It's already on your bill. So for Ghana, we've got Lawrence Atizigi between the two sticks. Back four of Gideon Mensah, Jerome Opoku, Derek Lackson, who played against Croatia, returns into the starting lineup, and Marvin Sanaya starts at the right-hand side. And on top of them is Thomas Taipate, and then a midfield quartets of Antoine Semenyo, Kwesi Sibo, Caleb Bianchi, Inaki Williams, and on top is the skipper of the side, Jordan Ayew, who gets to lead this particular team. And when you talk about the Colombians, they've got Camilo Vargas in between the two sticks. Back four of Daniel Munesh, Sanchez, Lukimi, Mojica, who plays from the left-hand side, and of course Poita. What a player has been against Portugal in the final group stage game, and he gets to combine effort with Jefferson Lemar, and of course Yon Arias, who plays for Palmeiras, will be playing from the right midfield position. And on top of them is the experienced James Rodriguez, top scorer back in the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, 6 goals, and that continues to be his country's highest goal, with Cordoba leading the line together with Luis Diaz of Bayern Munich. And this is a very exciting game which we've got under our belt. Just 1 minute, we'll be seeing what happens with these two sides. Coach Carlos Queiroz, 5th World Cup, and he's the second manager to have attended most of the World Cup finals. And you get to see, it's a very beautiful edifice, the Kansas City Stadium. And it's a sea of yellow. I mean, of course, these two countries have got some bit of yellow in their country colors. Colombia definitely be outnumbering the Black Stars in terms of the numbers there, with most of their fans traveling. And so they will go for the first 45 minutes at the Kansas City Stadium. And it is Colombia taking on the Black Stars here, with Colombia playing from left to right. and they are clouded, or they are wearing a yellow top, blue shorts, and it's a bit of a red hose for them. But for the Black Stars, they are in that white outfit with a touch of black, and they are playing from right to left. It's also a white hose for them there. But that's Lawrence Atizege coming with the ball, just bouncing it against the surface of the turf. Release a long one into the far right hand side. Is headed back, and there's Gideon Mensah with the first touch onto the far right hand side. Guess who is trying to pick? Here's the Black Stars once again as they try to come forward from the left hand side. Let's see, yes, Thomas Partey and the likes. It's a crossing, comes into the channel there. First one in particular is cleared, but not too far. Thomas Partey! That's a lovely hit there. And there's a Villarreal man beginning to show glimpses of his quality with that strike from outside of the 18-yard. That is pinpoint hits there, and it just drags wide of the right post.
And Ghana starting right, and just like we called for, not sitting back and allowing Colombia to dictate play, Ghana is doing exactly that. And on that occasion, they almost got the opening goal there from Thomas Partey.
Well, certainly just 1 minute into the game, and we just stepping off the pedal here, and in terms of the tempo of the game, Lukimi currently having it. We'll send it to the left-hand side. Of course, colleagues brings it down to the right-hand side. Daniel Munoz, who scored 2 goals already at this World Cup finals, will send it into the middle, picks Lemar, and it's back again to Lukumi. Who's been very fantastic against Portugal in the previous game. Far along to the side, looking for Luis Diaz, and that is the man Marvin Sanaya would have to keep an eye on. Marvin Sanaya, what a player, has been real discovery for the Black Stars at this year's tournament. Decides to switch allegiance to the Black Stars instead of representing Togo. And here, Black Stars once again will have to try to defend this particular one. Mujika, as Diaz is dropped a bit. Ball currently in the half of the Black Stars as they try to string passes together. Jefferson Lemar breaks away from Jordan Ayew, Ghana's skipper. And currently the most capped Ghanaian player at the moment, Lukimi. Right, receives the ball on the halfway line and finds his colleague Poeta. Back to Lukimi. Just scanning the area in Ghana's half, looking for a bit of opening as they try to come for it. And here comes the man Lukimi. It's brought all the way back to the defensive center pair. Looks to be Sanchez. He's got a very perfect understanding with Sanchez, Davison Sanchez, and both players very, very quality. And that's the man currently on the ball. Davison Sanchez finds Poeta. And it's a very, very... He's got a very small stature. Back to Davison Sanchez, who played for Galatasaray. And he's 30 years old. Left it for Lukimi, who is wearing the 3 jersey. As Poeta comes into the fray again. Colombia looking to enter into Ghana's penalty box there. They break into it, but Antoine Semenyo falls back to help with defensive duties. Decides to go on a big run, and there's a push there. He goes to the ground and wins the sympathy of the referee. So it's a free kick for the Black Stars.
Very good stuff there from Antoine Semenyo. Got the ball, and even though he had options to pass, he decided to drive the ball forward. And they need to keep doing more because the transitions need to be fast. Since Ghana aren't going to have enough of the ball, once they have it, they need to transition into attack very quickly and not allow Colombia to get the ball, get the men back to defend.
Well, let's see the Black Stars once again on the right foot down the far right hand side, and that's Marvin Sanaya, who was able to make it into the starting 11 for the group stages. Very impressive play from the AJ Jose, man. Very, very quality player, I must tell you. And we've done 4 minutes already. And it's our live stream of this round of 32 fixture between Colombia and Ghana. Here are the FIFA World Cup Finals, brought to you by our value partners. Furniture City, Just Chinese, Milo, DSTV, Melcom, Emily Logistics, Glyco Insurance, Vena, and all of them. And here's Poeta for Colombia. Inside the center cycle, jolts the ball to the far left-hand side. Alex pick Luis Diaz. Has him by the game. Marvin Sanaya, have a touch. Protest about that throwing advantage given to the Colombians, but the referee will have none of that.
And I'm eager to see the battle between Senaya and then Luis Diaz. He was able to, maintain Gordon and all the attacking threats he faced in the past 3 games, but now he comes up against a very good player in Luis Diaz. He's seen it all, but I believe Senaya can match up to his whatever Luis Diaz will throw up to him.
I think he's trying to maintain Diaz. Looking at how pacey he is, he's not giving him that room to hold on to the ball for long. So once he gets onto the ball, then Senaya is there to dispossess him off the ball. So I think that is really is what is helping Senaya. Once you give him that room to hold on to the ball for long, then he has options to think. Then it's going to be difficult to get him off the ball. But once he gets the ball and you are in his presence, then it will be difficult for him to take that quick decision.
Just rip the shirt off.
Yeah, Jerome Opoku. And I'm sure the referee, when he notices that, is going to tell them to, to change it. But yes, Ghana once again trying to drive the ball forward from the far right-hand side. It's a long crossing into the channel, looking for Jordan Ayew. Managed to get his left foot to it, keeps it on the turf, but it's just too high for Ghana's keeper to keep on the turf. And again, what it is from Daniel Munoz, as one of the Colombia players stays on the turf. They're very close to Ghana's left corner flag. And again, there's Cordoba, young Cordoba. Ends up pulling string in the process of trying to deal with Jerome Opoku and stays on the turf. I'm telling you, the game just gone by between Argentina and Cape Verde. We saw how the players were in a rush to get some of these players off the field, but not in this case for the Ghana and Colombia. They've just started, just 6 minutes into the game already, and at least the Ghanaians are showing some glimpses that they can match up these Colombians.
Looks like Cordoba won't be able to continue. He's pulled a muscle there, and that will be a very good sign for the Black Stars defense, because one of the potent attacking threats of Colombia is coming off, and whoever comes to replace him won't be that effective like Cordoba.
Well, certainly talk about Cordoba, one of the most experienced players, and we might get to see a substitution for Colombia here with Andres Gomez getting ready to come in. Also it's Suarez, and that's a dangerous player. Yeah. Suarez. And Luis Javier Suarez.
The man who replaced Goycores at Sporting.
Can I tell you what? He's a crazy player. So much goes for him already. And he was a tormentor-in-chief against Portugal. They really struggled to tame him. And there he makes his way onto the field. We'll be telling you about some of the exciting stuff of some of these players as the game wears along. But as Jordan trying to chase it down the left-hand side here, the ball is currently trashed out. And Ghana draws a bit closer to the half of Colombia. Long throwing. And finds Partey. Chrissy Sibol loses up on possession. Looks to be Javier Luis Suarez has Luis Diaz in front of him on the left-hand side. Marvin Sanaya tracking back. 1-on-1 with Luis Diaz. Bets in. Goes to the ground. The referee coming to pain will have none of that. As Ghana survives that scare. And Gideon Mensah going to the ground. Luis Diaz has it for Colombia. And the referee puts the whistle to his mouth, blows it. And you can see the protest from these Colombian players. Looks like Marvin Sanaya.
Not sure he can also continue.
And that is really, really crazy, isn't it? Just locking his leg into that of Luis Diaz. There's a knock in the process. Must be very, very painful. So it is his left leg against the right leg of Luis Diaz as they clattered into each other. Luis Diaz goes to the ground, but is able to make it onto his feet. That's a clever moment, guys. It's been exciting stuff from the Black Stars, isn't it? Very convincing performance so far from them. And let's get to see it's the first ever senior meeting between these two teams. As there's a bit of temporary hold-up. The likes of Thomas Partey would have a bit of word. The Ghanaian fans are not retreating. They are doing a sign of the Kakalika dance. You know, just enjoying themselves as the Ghana medics attend to Marvin Sanaya, who lies inside his own 18-yard, right-hand side of his own 18 yards. A 73-year-old coach Carlos Queiroz in his black outfit, just taking a stroll around his technical area. Not a good sign for Marvin Sanaya, limping a bit. And it looks like we're seeing a player warm up a bit.
Yeah, that's Ali Seidu.
Ali Seidu.
A good sign at all, because he's been Ghana's best player at the right-hand side since the tournament started, and it would be a very, bad thing if he is to come off very early in these stages of the game, because Luis Diaz at that left-hand side for Colombia is a very dangerous player, and I don't think Alidu Seidu, for what he's shown since his days at the Black Stars, can actually tame him than Marvin Senea could have.
You know, Alidu Seidu have been enjoying a lot of Jama sessions, you know, with the Black Stars. But anyway, convincing performance from the Black Stars. Luis Diaz been set at the left-hand side of the Black Stars 18-yard. And it's rather the man in the 17 jersey. Yes, we can see it off, and the Colombian fans definitely love what they are seeing so far from their side. Not a bad performance from them so far. It's been exciting. And as that's Mujica. And as Mujica having fetched, he stands very close to the edge of the 18-yard. And a killer comes in and is headed away by Jerome Opoku, but stays with the Colombians. Has brought back to Mujica. And he's looking for Lukimi, but couldn't pick Lukimi. Rather picks the man in the 11 set. That's Yon Arias. Back into the center circle. He's spread onto the left-hand side. And guess who's bringing it forward? It's Jefferson Lemar. Lifts it to Puerta. And the Colombians definitely enjoying themselves at this point. Another player.
I'm not sure Senea can continue. He wants to, but with the kind of injury he had, looks like he's pulled a muscle there. And this kind of injuries, you would have to sit out for a couple of weeks. And I think he just needs to accept that he can't play no part in the game.
Oh, certainly so. We might be getting to see the face of Alidu Seidu. And that's a very nasty challenge on Inaki Williams earlier on, who equally sits on the turf. And it means that yellow cards need to be flying in this game. It just tells you the physicality that the Ghanaians will be encountering in the next 45 minutes.
Football, and yeah, this is how they normally play. It's in their DNA, the brutality and the physicality they have whenever they are. I think it should be more than a yellow. That should be more than a yellow. The stats were showing right to his ankle, and that's a career-threatening. And that's where the red card comes in, because they say whenever it's a career-threatening, the stats were showing, but I don't know why the VR has decided not to have a look at it.
Well, so talking about Yon Arias, gets into the book of the referee, Copa Libertadores winner, and also MVP when they played in that 2023 Club World Cup final. So 12 minutes done on GhanaWeb, our live coverage of the match between Colombia and Ghana, round of 32 fixture at the World Cup finals in Kansas City. It's a long drive up front looking for Antoine Semenyo, and forced rather to Gideon Mensah watch the ball rolls out for rather a merit to the Black Stars, and he'll pick it up to effect that long throwing. And you know, this World Cup, in terms of throwing, we have just 5 seconds countdown, where if you fail to do that one, it'll be given to the opposite team. But yes, Davison Sanchez for Colombia, who've taken a big step out of his 18-yard, left it for Justin Lemar, very close to the circumference of the center cycle, drags it back a bit, and he picks the man in the 14 jersey. And so far, great performance from the blaster, Lukimi. And he's hit it a bit up front. And it's Colombia just crossing the ball around in their own half, currently crosses the halfway line, and it is with the man who so far have not really had less to do. That's James Rodriguez. But here is Javier Luis Suarez. Javier! It's in! Colombia! Get the first one here! It's John Arias! 30 minutes! And the blaster defense has been breached. Oh, that is awful defending.
That was too easy. Alidu Seidu just coming on and leaving his marker at the right hand side. No tracking, nothing. Just left him for him to bury the ball in, just past Artizzi.
You know, I think the ball started from Gideon Mensah. He had his back facing his opponent, so he couldn't look at where the ball was, and the guy ended up giving the second cross into the 18-yard box, and the players were caught ball watching, and we are punished. So I think we should try to.
There was no marking on the far side. He was left all alone.
Yes, Renchi had him. Renchi should have get that opponent covered, but he left his marker and caught ball watching. And yes, we are down by a goal to 0-0. Early minutes, 15 minutes into the game, and we are down.
Well, now the kind of things you expect to be having at the moment, as the Blasters are down by a goal to nil. It's just lots of time to go. Just 15 minutes now. We've got 30 more minutes left in the first half, and a long way to go as far as this game is concerned. And let's hope that the Black Stars will be able to make amends for that particular one. And it's brought back to Jerome Opoku. And it's got Gideon Mensah decides to go back to Lawrence Atezege. Will be coming under enormous pressure if the Black Star failed to make amends, but nobody in particular. Camilo Vargas picks it up as Jordan Ayew was approaching. And Yon Arias, what a player he's been so far, got himself booked and he's already rewarded his people with that excited hit. Unless to find the back of the net against the Black Stars.
The defense
looks a bit jittery, isn't it?
And for the defense that's had very high praises since the tournament started, conceding such a goal, it's too bad because he was in acres of space and could have even had a touch before hitting the shot. And that shouldn't happen in this juncture of the game because this is a knockout game. And if you are defending, you need to be serious in defending.
Well, if you're defending, you need to be serious in defending. And Colombia currently just enjoying themselves, lacing the ball around, having a bit of party. Very deep in their own half. And here's James Rodriguez, the big man himself, who just turns the ball into Lukemi, who decides to take a big walk very close to the halfway line, crosses it, releases it to the left-hand side because obviously it was a man, Mujika, who was waiting to receive it. Back to James Rodriguez and picks Davison Sanchez. And there's a diagonal hit, looking for Mujika. Can it get to him? Yes. Diaz back to Mujika on the edge of Ghana's 18-yard and it's trashed out, but stays with Colombia. 35 yards out. Jordan Ayew have a charge but fails to pick the broken pieces. And James Rodriguez has it. Sent it back to Davison Sanchez and trying someone to chase it very down to Vargas, who finds Davison Sanchez. Rodriguez down the right-hand side. Poiter. And it's infield. Slides into infield. Colombia enjoying themselves at the moment, causing a bit of threat to the Black Stars. It's a long whip. He loses everybody, but the chase is on here, and he will not get to it. Daniel Munoz arrives a shade late, and it means that Ghana will pick that one for a training advantage. 70 minutes done. It's Colombia 1, Ghana 0. And it's round of 32 FIFA World Cup, and it's the first ever meeting between these two sides. The four-time African champions are just struggling to find their shape in the last 70 minutes with Kwesi Sibo. It's not that Jordan Ayew that have been pushed off the field, goes to the ground and very, very furious. And even coach Carlos Queiroz not happy about that touch on his keeper. So dignitaries there with Ket Iesokeku also in the stand. Second vice president for CAF, as well as Dr. Patrice Mosepe. And you can see Jordan having that deep word with the French referee, Clement Turpin.
And it's Turpin. He won't barge to your theatrics or whatever. Just get on with it, win the ball and stop playing. Just Jordan should stop throwing himself on the ground.
Well, it's a bit disheartening at the moment, but if you really got to really watch it, it's Ghana playing. And there's Davison Sanchez for Colombia, lifts it infield for Poiter, who decides to take a big walk into the center cycle. Takes Jefferson Lemar, brings it back to Lukemi, who's got Mujika to his left-hand side, back to him. And here's Davison Sanchez down the right-hand side. It's a long whip up front. Once again, they are looking for Javier Suarez. Couldn't pick him. Antoine Semenyo. And again, a bit of trouble. Daniel Munoz got himself into a bit of trouble there. And it means that the referee would have to blow his whistle for this particular one. It's a push on Antoine Semenyo from behind. And a Man City man goes to the ground. And it's a long hit. Mujika picks it. Ghana struggling to even have a touch in the last 2 minutes. And just reminding the winner of this particular game, get to meet Switzerland. Here's Luis Diaz. Bias Luis Diaz. Listen for Jefferson Lemar. And there's Colombia currently in Ghana's south. Here's Poiter. Brexit looks for that's another big hit. And straight into the arms of Lawrence Atezege. What a big question is, would he have kept Lawrence Atezege or Benjamin Asare at this point?
It's going to be difficult on the right-hand side between Aledi Seidu and Luis Diaz. It's going to be a difficult one for Alidu Seidu. Yes, judging from his previous comments he made some time ago, say he was able to tame Messi and all that. Let's see how he's able to do that to Luis Diaz. He's really struggling on the right hand side. Yes, he just came in for some few minutes, but he's really struggling with Luis Diaz. He's not able to hold on to the ball. Luis Diaz is swift. He just gives 1 or 2 passes and he finds himself in empty spaces. Then it's making Alidu Seidu run for the ball. The Black Stars are looking a bit more G3 in attack, even the midfield. Are not able to match onto the Colombians, get onto the ball. The pressing is not getting so well for the Black Stars. A pass, then they are in our final third. It's really not looking good in the first 20 minutes for the Black Stars. I'm not seeing Inaki in the game in the early 20 minutes of the game. It's a bit quiet. I want to see how he's going to hold on to the play and also make some incursions into the game.
Well, talk about Luis Diaz, Premier League winner back in 2024, 2025, and also scored against Portugal in the final group stage. But here's Davinson Sanchez, breaks away from Antoine Semenyo. Was rather complaining as the game wears on, looks for Mojica. Has roasted back to Davinson Sanchez. 21 minutes. Round of 32 fixture between Colombia and Ghana at the Kansas City Stadium, and it's Colombia leading the Black Star by a goal to nil as they search for Daniel Munoz, who receives the ball outside of the field, and the flag is already up, and that'll be a huge advantage to the Black Stars.
The midfield are not able to be compact enough. They are allowing too much spaces where the Colombians are also exploiting, and if they have to get anything out of this game, Partey needs to take the mantle and then decide what to do with the ball, because Sebo and then Yuenchi are not doing anything without the ball.
So here's Thomas Partey, sides the ball to Alidu Seidu. It's a big run from the right hand side, crosses the halfway line, looks for Antoine Semenyo there, but Mojica goes to the ground to prevent it from reaching its intended target as Puerta has it, just 19 meters into his territory. Leaves it for Davinson Sanchez. Daniel Munoz was born in Spain. There's Daniel Munoz again, roasted very long, and he picks Lukimi. And it's Lukimi with a walking pace, and Colombia slowing the tempo of the game, unless to Harry Seal in their direction. Yes, Davinson Sanchez. Look, Ambassador, it's a very boring game at the moment because it's just been Colombia showmanship. Jefferson Lemar brings it back, and guess who they are picking at the moment? And he picks his right back once again, who finds Daniel Munoz. Lemar, and he goes for Sanchez again. Lukimi, let's go Mojica to his left hand side. And it's just a walking pace here. Black Stars chasing shadows at the moment. And it is Colombia who are just lacing the ball among themselves and just taking their time to find any opening in the Black Stars half. Gideon Mensah goes back to Artez again, needs to be careful. Flirting with a bit of danger. That's a poor hit. And it is definitely out. Quickly taken. There's a bit of touch there. And so we're in for the hydration break at the moment. 23 minutes and a few seconds. And we're in for that pep talk. And the hydration break will be for just 3 minutes. And let's see if anything changes as Yon Arias' goal is what Colombia hangs on to at the moment.
Well, it's been casual and the same usual stuff from the Black Stars. No pace, no energy. The midfield is just laying bare, and there is too much space, and they are sitting also deep. You are now chasing the lead. You don't sit deep, because once you sit deep, you invite pressure on yourself. And there was a moment ago where Partey was seen calling his players out of, to come forward, because they are sitting very deep, and you don't do that in a game you are chasing, because once you do that, the opponent gets total control of the ball, and that's where they can hurt you that much. It's 1-0 now. The best thing you can do is also try to come out of your shells and then try to build up something, create chances, and who knows, you can even get the equalizer before the first half ends.
Surely, I mean, it's been very porous for the Black Stars in the last 23 minutes.
Yes, every section of the Black Stars, it's easy to get players that will find themselves at the back of the Black Stars, and it's really not a good sign for the Black Stars, because even in the midfield, we are not able to mash out them, hold on to the ball and swing 1 or 2 passes together. That is the difficult part of the game. When we get onto the right-hand flanks of the defense, yes, it's also with the exit of Senaya. It's really, I think it's really going to have a toll on the team, looking at how they've tried to play around Senaya and almost most of the players on the pitch. With their absence of Senaya is really going to affect how they shape themselves at the back. Like I said earlier, if we are going to have an incursion in the game, then we should look at how we are going to parade ourselves at the back. Against England, we did so well at the back. We kept the shape well. It wasn't easy for the English national team to get to our goalkeeping area, but now it's easier for the Colombians to get access to our defense and also our goalkeeping area. Yes, I've not seen much of Atizigi in terms of communication. He should be able to man himself onto the pitch, try to speak to the players, get them into positions that at least is going to favor him in the goalpost. But if he fails to do that, then all the shots will become at him. Then he will be forced to save all of them rather than letting them get into the goalpost. I've not seen more of Iñaki Williams. Probably he can have a switch between himself and Semenyo from the left to the right. Then we'll see how best they can do that. I don't know if he can even switch with Jordan and he becomes the holding 9. Then we'll see how best we'll be able to do that. But Iñaki on the flanks is a bit quiet. The balls are all flying from that Luis Diaz area to our right-hand side of the pitch, which is really not going well for the Black Stars. Sibo is a bit jittery. Yes, he's able to win the ball, but the final pass to his player is a challenge. So I think that we should see how best we are going to arrange ourselves in the next minutes in the game.
Well, so we are back from the hydration break, and just reminding you that this live broadcast of this game, as we stay with you this morning, is by the support of our valued partners, Just Chinese, Emily Logistics, DSTV, Milo, Melcom, Glyco Insurance, Vena, Lizzie Shito, Furniture City, 369, Gym, and a whole lot of others. And yes, Colombia carrying with the ball, and it's David Sanchez brings it back. Lukimi finds Jefferson Lima. And in terms of possession, it is Colombia with a huge 79% and just 21% for the Black Stars. And even in terms of chances created, it's been 2 big chances for Colombia, and the Black Stars are here to create any in this game. So it's Atizigi currently playing that short pass where it is defense centre back, flirting with danger a bit there, nearly, leaving the ball for Luis Diaz, but Iñaki Williams has it. Mojika is on him, finds Calabianchi, and it's back to Yon Arias, the goal scorer, who decides to just tame the movement of the Black Star players, as it's got Sanchez, Poeta, and invites Sanchez into the fray again. That's James Rodriguez. Looks for Jefferson Lima. Was trying to break Ghana's passing line with those accurate passes there. As is brought back into midfield. James Rodriguez not doing so much running, but doing so much talking with the ball. As Luis Diaz has it. Mojika and sends in the killer. James Rodriguez standing. But again, Jordan falls back to win it. Thomas Partey lifts it for Calabianchi. He's got ahead of him. And again, miscommunication on that occasion. Antoine Semenyo just,
the idea was there, but I think the pass was forced. It was too early to give the pass to Semenyo. He was not even started his run. So they just need to be calm. It looks like they are under pressure to try to get the equalizer in the early stage. But there is enough time. So once they have the ball, the midfielders should at least hold the ball, find a player before they can move into the attacking half of Colombia. They should not be in a haste to just get going. Even though, yes, they have to transition fast, but once they are chasing the game now, they have to be a bit calmer when they have the ball.
Well, they have to be a bit calmer when they find the ball. And as there's a youth Colombian side against the experience of the Black Stars, as they are currently in halfway through the Ghana territory. Daniel Munoz brings it back to Davison Sanchez, who's got his legs on the ball, decides to hit it all the way back to Vargas, Camilo Vargas. And talking about Camilo Vargas, is the most oldest player on the table at the moment, 37 years. As we've done 30 minutes at the Kansas City Stadium. It's Colombia 1, Ghana 0. Round 32 fixture between these two sides. First ever meeting at this level. Another senior on the stage. Yes, John Arias drifting in from the left wing. Listed for Jefferson Lima. Christian Sibo approaches. Back to Poita. And it's James Rodriguez instead. Let's go John Arias back to the skipper of the side. James Rodriguez, Poita. James Rodriguez, Poita. And they are playing so much out the far left-hand side. There's a lot of activities down that particular flank there. And it's just finding space. James Rodriguez lifts it for Poita. Yes, Mojika comes into the fray. Davison Sanchez looking to have the ball. Lukimi now passes it into him. Jordan, are you tracking it? Mones goes all the way back to the experienced shot stopper. Vargas left it for his defensive trusted man in Lukimi to bring it forward. Now they cross the halfway line. Ernesto Lorenzo, the experienced manager, just dealing with this Ghanaian team, and it's won by Thomas Partey. And it's brought back Colombian Tree. As Jerome Opoku on to Gideon Mensah. Here's Thomas Partey again, invited into the fray. And again, the big question is if the Villarreal man can take charge of the midfield battle. And it's a long whip across the field looking for Inaki. It's rather Alidu Seidu and fails to keep his focus on the ball as he rushes out. And Luis Diaz will let himself to take it. Takes it, leaves it for Yon Arias, back to Luis Diaz. And they beat the Black Stars there as they try to transition play from the far right left-hand side. Is dragged all the way to the right-hand side. Looking for the round of Moniz. Couldn't pick him up. Pick Gideon Mensah instead. Who is the left-hand side of his box. Left is for Christian Sibo. And the Blasters once again try to exchange some passes together. Well, in terms of passes completed, there's been out.
Ghana have completed 45 passes.
Just 45 against
227.
Just tells you the gap there. But here comes the Black Stars. They stretch onto the far side looking for Inaki Williams. Can't beat Mojika. Inaki managed to hang on to the ball. Twisting and turning. Inaki can't fire it. A lot of Mojika sandwich with a lot of yellow shirt, and finally it's out. And what's the decision going to be?
Brilliant play there from Inaki Williams.
And this is the most inspiring stuff for him so far in this game. Decides to hang onto the ball a bit. And we just look at that dummy from Luis Diaz. This is not what we need to see.
He can do that because he's 1-0 up. So he has all the time in the world to do the fancy stuff. But once they are chasing the game, that's where the real eye redness comes inside.
Well, just picking this one, Ghana with lots of bodies inside Colombia's penalty area. The likes of Jerome Opoku, Calabi Tree have all just joined them. But there's a bit of word from Clement Tupin, who is one in Lukimi. And he needs to be very careful. The man in Colombia's number 3 jersey. As the likes of Derek Lucas has joined up from there. Unless he scored from that similar situation against Croatia when the ball fell to the ground. He just has to roast it home to the left-hand side. But yes, Jordan, who takes this one, shanks it in. He's headed out. There is Calabianchi. Inaki blasts it against the body of one of the players. And that's a strong challenge coming from Gideon Mensah against Luis Diaz. On switch position, currently playing from the right-hand side.
Brilliant tackle. He had to time it perfectly and he had to win it, because if he had not, Diaz had all the space in the world to have a go at his in post.
It's 34 minutes and it's Ghana trailing by a goal to nil at the Kansas City Stadium against Colombia. And it's the FIFA round of 32 fixture live here on GhanaWeb and brought to you by Just Chinese, Emin Logistics, DSTV, Milo, Melcom Furniture City, 369 Dream, Glyco Insurance, Lizishito, and a host of others who are powering us to bring this to you. Rush Energy Drink. Rush Energy Drink. Giving us so much energy this morning to bring you this commentary. And also hoping to give so much energy to Fatai Isako Where's their brand ambassador when it's introduced by Coach Carlos Queiroz? Let's see if the rush can make the difference as we've done 35 minutes. And as Lawrence Assis again, we've taken a big walk beyond the 18-yard. And he decides to find Derek Laxson, who decides to go long. And once again, it will be in search of the man at the far right-hand side, Alidu Seidu, but finds Vargas instead, who is inside the left-hand side of his 18-yard, just 12 meters, inside the 18-yard. And it's brought to Lukimi. He has got Mojika to his left-hand side, and it's a walking pace from the Colombians, who currently have this first half under control. James Rodriguez, that's Poiter, lost out of possession to Antoine Semenyo, drifting. Antoine Semenyo defense splitting pass, and it's been stopped by Davison Sanchez. Kwesi Sebo brings it to the left-hand side for Gideon Mensah. Finds Sebo once again. Perfect touch there from the real Olivier Doman. Jordan Ayew, but again was struggling to go past Daniel Munoz. And Colombia, at least would have to defend this throwing advantage for the Black Stars here. Gideon Mensah takes it. Ayew passes to him. Big chance. Kwesi Sebo lifts it for Jordan Ayew. And it's a long way from Jordan. Ball just forced outside of the 18-yard. Big chase here. It's headed back from Derek Laxson. Antoine Semenyo will have a touch. Thomas Partey spreads it to the far right-hand side. Guess who is there? It's Calabian as he brings it back. Thomas Partey. Big chance here. Antoine Semenyo. Oh my goodness. Just left it wide off the mark there. And it's the first hit from Manchester City's talisman. And the Ghanaians, despite down, are enjoying this game because they've just shown up on the big screen at the Kansas City Stadium.
Well, they are finally growing into the game and trying to take command of possessions. But good one there from Antoine Semenyo. Because of that, block, he got Ghana a corner, and maybe they can actually make it count from here.
Well, let's see if they can make it count from here. And it's another corner kick. And you know who is going to take it? It is the skipper of the side, Jordan Ayew. As they push so many men up front. It's delivered. This could be a big chance there. Oh, he loses everybody. And there seems to be a bit of protest there. And looks like he has taken a touch of one of these Colombian players. And Ghana is going to have a throwing advantage. And Calabian lifts it for Gideon Mensah on the left-hand side. And it's quickly taken. Semenyo back to Gideon Mensah. Poiter coming to the fray. Goes down Daniel Munoz. And advantage stays with the Black Stars at the moment. 37 minutes. As Colombia hanging on to Yon Arias' goal. As Partey will have the ball, casts it into the far right-hand side for Alidu Seidu. 1-on-1 with Diaz beating. Seidu runs into trouble. Yon Arias has it. Pushes the ball ahead of Luis Diaz. The Bayern man with pace. Kwesi Sebo chasing it. Diaz cuts onto his favorite right foot. This is a bit of trouble. Poiter. Ghana in trouble a bit. On the arc of the 18, Diaz is a big problem. Oh! And a side net in there. That is crazy stuff in the last 1 minute. And Luis Diaz edges on the crowd. The army of yellow. And just behind Ghana's goal post there. And that side net in there. Nowhere close to Artizege's goal post.
Ghana living dangerously. Once again, the right side of Ghana's defense leaking. And we've seen how Colombia have actually packed at Ghana's right-hand side. They are creating their chances all from that side. And Alidu Seidu once again left chasing shadows.
Alidu Seidu in terms of match fitness definitely be a bit rusty because it's not really had so much game time at this World Cup. In Mexico, Canada, and the United States. That's Ghana. Yes, Thomas Partey trying to drive through the traffic wall. That's a defense splitting pass there, but it's well read by Lukimi. Clears it out of danger. But forced back to Kwesi Sebo. And Ghana here. Calabian looks for Partey. 1-2 play. Antoine Semenyo there. Lifts it for Inaki. Inaki! Oh, that's a long hit there. It's right Antoine Semenyo. And connecting with Inaki beautifully, who just left it wide off the mark. That's a beautiful connection. So far, it looks like Ghana's offensive line seems to be clicking at the moment. But again, it's an awful kick way into the crowd there.
Yes, it's difficult to get, like we talked about some time ago. When we get to the final third, the decision is the challenge for the African teams at the World Cup. Yes, Semenyo was looking for the return pass to get into the box, but Inaki decided to go solo, and the ball went wide for that. Yes, the pressure from the Black Stars up front isn't encouraging. I just want to see a switch between some of the players up front. Yes, if it's not working for you here, you can tell or switch with the player, then see how best it will help you up front. Yes, touches from Ali Disedu since his introduction isn't really good. He gets the ball, but the final touch eludes him, then he dispossesses of the ball to the Colombia's national team. That is not really helping us at all. He should really gel into the game 5 minutes before first half. Let's see how best the Black Stars will be able to marshal themselves into the game. If they are not able to equalize the goal now, then they should go back, then get the shape they used against England, then see how best they can do that, because the one-man Jordan up front is really not helping at all.
Well, so here is Colombia currently trying to transition play, and in terms of attempts at goal, it's been 4 for Colombia. It's been 3 for Colombia instead, and 4 for Ghana. And in terms of being on target, 3 of those for Colombia, 2 of them have been on target. And for Ghana, all the 4, none of them have been on target, and that seems to be the dilemma the Black Stars are in at the moment. And they would have to deal with this one. Here's Jefferson Lemar. Sansino! That's a pinpoint textbook header there from the head of Javier Luis Suarez. And once again, the Black Stars living dangerously. Wall thinking from the right-hand side of the Ghanaian 18-yard. And again, Javier Suarez left him plenty of space and asking so many questions of Ghana's defensive line.
Around Suarez, he could actually have taken a touch and then, you know, had a shot at the back. He decided to go first header. But once again, the midfield, they are not compact enough. Sebo, you are playing Sebo, Partey, and then UNT, but you are still getting run up. But in your midfield, which is very, you know, not convincing enough from Carlos Correa. He's on the touchline and he needs to communicate with his team. They need to be compact.
Well, they need to be very compact in this game. There's 42 minutes done in Kansas. And there's Antoine Semenyo with that back flick to nobody in particular. It needs to be a bit out from the decision. Here's Javier Suarez looking direct, and it's stopped by Jerome Opoku. Partey has it now, will spread it to Inaki Williams, drops it to Chris Sebo. Alidu Seidu run into that space down the right flank, and it's brought back. Gideon Mensah with help. Up in the sky, Thomas Partey, Chris Sebo finds Jordan. Partey here seems to be the orchestrator in the middle. The decoy connecting everything and conducting the movement in terms of how the Black Stars move up front. Here's Jerome Opoku. Derek Laxey now comes into the fray. And he will hack it back to his centre-back pair and finds Thomas Partey. That's just beyond the halfway line. Jordan. Gideon Mensah. Jordan. And there's a bit of touch there, but advantage stays with the Black Stars as they have done 43 minutes. And it's the FIFA round 32. And obviously, it is the last game of this particular round of 32 here. And lots of games have been exhausted. The likes of Morocco, Egypt have all booked their place here. The Blasters coming from the right-hand side. It's sent across with there to meet it, but it's been headed out. Spoiter, but again, Gideon Mensah, brilliant play. This could be a long hit. Oh! And it comes off Daniel Munoz. Stays inside, resets on the chest, and Inaki Williams. Antoine Semenyo. And it's pushed back. Finds Derek Lucasen. Here's Thomas Partey. Here's got Alex, isn't it? Twisting and turning. Let's it for Jordan Chris Sebo, who lost out on possession. Diaz running deep from the left-hand side. Cuts onto his favorite right foot. Drops centrally. Listen for Poiter. Here's Daniel Munoz. Poiter once again. Colombia looking to go central. Very vertical against Ghana's post. And the Ghanaians have pushed them back a bit. And here's Lema. And it's back to Lukimi. And Colombia inside Ghana's half now. Mujika. Back to Lukimi. And just taking their time. As we got just few seconds to hit the 45-minute mark. And it'll be interesting to see the number of minutes that will be added on by the French referee, Clement Turpin, in this particular game. Live here on GhanaWeb, brought to you by The likes of Lizishito, Glyco Insurance, Vena, Bingo, Yes Chinese, Emily Logistics, 369 Dream, Milo, DSTV, and all of that. So 6 minutes of additional time at the Kansas City Stadium. And here is Lemar for Colombia. He's got a bit of space there, looking for Diaz, picks him. Javier calls for it, but it's rather to his right hand side for Daniel Munoz. It's a big chance. This could be the second one. Hits off the woodwork. Oh, God, survives that sky, isn't it?
A brilliant save there from Atizigi, crawling it out of the post. But once again, the right hand side.
Oh, a lot of emotions, isn't it? And I'm just wondering how the Ghanaian commentators are enjoying this particular one. It'll be difficult to even describe. But it is Alidu Seidu who stays right on the edge of the 18-yard. But there was an earlier pass. So it was a very beautiful pass pressed to the Ghana's right-hand side. Beautiful hit from Okela from Daniel Munoz. And looking for Mujika, the left back who had a connection. And what a save from Lawrence Atizegi. Once again, proving the reason why he was just ahead of Benjamin Asai. And to be fair to him, he's impressed so far. Aside that goal he conceded in the 14th minute. And Mujika knows it. He should have buried that chance. You don't get those chances in games like this. But there's a bit of temporary hold up as Alidu Seidu is being attended to. Coach Carlos Correct will be having a bit of work with the likes of Thomas Partey and Jordan Ayew. And so it's the big meeting with Ghana's captains. And I'm just wondering, so Alidu Seidu in a bit of breaks. We need to lock it up because he needs to do hard work for the country. And decides to lock it.
He needs to be doing better, because at this stage of the World Cup, once you are caught ball watching, you will be punished. And there's been numerous instances where he was caught ball watching and Ghana almost conceding from that. And once again, he showed there that he didn't even jump for that cross. He just watched the player head the ball, and thanks to Atizigi, was able to bail Alidu Seidu out.
So another pinpoint save there, as we've done more than 2 minutes of the 6 minutes that have been added. And the referee would have to press the restart button for this game all over. As a result of that, stoppage to attend to Alidu Seidu with Lukimi touching it, brings it back to Justin Lemar, back to Lukimi. And here's on to Davison Sanchez. And he's got so many of the men in yellow ahead of him, but decides to just keep it on the linear line to Lukimi. And it's back to Lukimi. Colombia enjoying themselves into the center cycle. James Rodriguez. And here is Colombian tree, brings it back to Jordan. Once the touch goes to the ground, it's up on his feet. He's got Inaki Williams to his far right hand side. Jordan puts himself into a bit of trouble, and Lukimi gets ahead of him and is rolled beyond the bar line. It's goal kick for Colombia.
So quick to give the ball out, so quick to give the passes.
No one is willing to hold on to the ball.
Yes, just hold on to the ball, then locate your player in positions that can help you make indications into the game. But you just get the ball so quick to give a through pass, but you're not really getting any opponents in there.
Also, let's see, the game has restarted again, and it's being played from the back, and it's Vargas with a long hit up front. Colombia, Luis Diaz against Alidu Seidu, who sits on his chest. Alidu Seidu plays in the French league, and that's a long hit from the St. Gallen goalkeeper. Lawrence Atizegi is kept in. And it's Inaki Williams. Look, I must confess, Inaki have been a bit impressive in today's game.
He's been brilliant at the right-hand side, dealing with the balls and then chasing. His press has also been brilliant, and once he has the ball, he actually wants to find a teammate or even have a shot, which the other forwards are not doing.
Oh, so it's a Latry. Oh, he's doing so well and keeping the Black Stars team at bay so far in the last 45 minutes. Plus the 6 minutes that have been added on. And there's Davison Sanchez once again. Takes a big walk beyond the halfway line. Release deeper, looking for Munoz onto his chest, and it's stopped there by Gideon Mensah, what a play there from the edge of Zeman. Finds Derek Laxino, plays for Papos. Back to Atizege. Onto his left hand side, yes, Jerome Opoku. It's going to be a long drive, but decides to check it back. Zege beats Javier Luis Suarez, goes to the ground, and he wins the sympathy of the referee. And you can see his colleagues who are just warming up on the touchline applaud him. And Brandon Thomas Asante, it will be interesting to see him in the game together with Fatai Isaku in the second half.
Yeah, I think they will be the game changers like they've always been whenever they come on. And they just need to, stay composed on the ball, keep it at 1-0, because the longer it stays at 1-0, the more Ghana have a chance to equalize.
Well, the more the Black Stars have the chance to equalize, as we will definitely be doing at least 1 minute to that time because of the temporary hold up. Partey onto his chest, long one for Caleb entry. Yon Arias chases, drops it back, looks for Lido Seido, trying to drift infield. Has Kwesi Sebo in frame, lifts it for Antoine Semenyo. It's been very hard working, goes direct, big chance here for the Black Stars, is whipped out. Kwesi Sebo will chase it because Yon Arias is chasing it, and they get into themselves there, and they stay on the turf. And Sanchez is complaining that it should be going the way of Javier Suarez. But what is the decision of the referee? Definitely it's a clear foul for the Black Stars there, which Sebo just pushed onto the turf, the green grass.
That's a needless foul to concede, but it's almost full, half time, and they were willing to throw themselves up for the ball and then stop the Ghanaians from playing, because in the last 2 minutes, Ghana are actually trying to swing some passes together and then create some chances to at least try to force a save out of the goalkeeper.
So one of Colombia's most decorated players, James Rodriguez. And you can remember the famous Radamel Falcao. And be one of the names that have been very synonymous to young Ghanaian footballers almost 10 years ago. In case you follow the game by us, Antoine Samuel drifted into the balls there, but there's nobody to have a touch. As Poeta, there's a bit of touch. And that certainly ends it for the first 45 minutes at the Kansas City Stadium. And it's Yon Arias goal that anchors Colombia into the dressing room. And they get to exchange a bit of pleasantries there with a bit of shake, congratulating themselves, and the fans equally showing their badge throughout the stand. It's been the Colombians that have been the traveling majority in this particular tournament, especially for this fixture against the Black Stars. It's halftime. It's Colombia 1, Ghana 0.
Well, thanks there, Victor. The first half has ended at the Kansas City Stadium. It's 1-0 against the Black Stars of Ghana. Let's go for this quick breather. When we are back, the first half analysis will be done right here on GhanaWeb TV.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious. Well, here.
Lizishito, hot pepper sauce, spicy.
Lizishito, the sito is sitoli. Lizishito, overfailing.
Lizishito. Please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizishito dear, ebesu obiasu.
Lizishito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy.
Lizishito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment, I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink.
persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating mothers. This advert is FDA approved.
Glyco General Insurance provides non-life insurance solutions spanning across motor, fire and accident, marine, liability, bonds and guarantees, as well as specialty risks like agric, energy, oil and gas.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola, locate the QR code on the label, scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious. Well, here.
Lizzie hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzie, oh Lizzie. Lizzie
The Shito is Shito. Lizzie Shito, over fail.
Lizzie Shito. Please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzie Shito dear. Ebesu obiasu.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Spicy.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment, I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink. Be bold, be you.
Drink responsibly. Not recommended for persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating mothers. This advert is FDA approved.
Glyco General Insurance provides non-life insurance solutions spanning across motor, fire and accident, marine, liability, bonds and guarantees, as well as specialty risks like agric, energy, oil and gas.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola, locate the QR code on the label, scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious. Well, here.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzie, oh Lizzie. Lizzie Shito
The Shito totally. Lizzie Shito, over fail.
Lizzie Shito. Please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzie Shito dear. Ebesu obiasu.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy and
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further.
Quick breather. Ghana losing by 1-0 in the first half against Colombia. But before we go into the first half analysis, my colleague Benjamin is on the grounds in Hisense here at East Legon. Ben, if you can hear me, how are the fans faring? Disappointment or they are full of optimism ahead of the second half? Well, it seems Ben is not yet ready, but Ben. Well, the Black Stars have 45 minutes to at least get the equalizer and then the winner or force extra time. And just like Cape Verde showed against Argentina that they can actually compete with the big boys. Maybe Carlos Queiroz has something.
Malcolm, where Ghana shops where thousands, and lots of people have gathered here in support of the Black Stars of Ghana taking on Colombia. Unfortunately, they are trailing by 1-0. One striking moment here is that whenever Jordan Ayew gets the ball, he's met with boos. However, when Thomas Partey gets the ball, he's always cheered upon due to the performances of these two players. And so most of the fans here seemed dejected, very sad with regards to the happenings from the first half. We are here to engage some fans to share their thoughts on what they make of the first 45 minutes. I have my brother here with me. Your name and then what you made of the first half.
Okay, my name is Sammy. But I think it's a difficult game for Black Star because Black Star, the way they are playing there, honestly, I'm so sad.
What changes do you expect in the second half?
I'm expecting the coach to change one of the midfielders, either Yuenchi or Sigbo, and bring Nyama in the middle, and then the front two. He has to do something about it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And so he is calling for changes in the second half, and he believes that once those changes are effected, it will really help the team to get back into gear and hopefully get on to get the best out of them. We are still trying to get some of the fans here to speak to concerning the thoughts on the first half. Black Stars losing by 1-0. Any thoughts? Okay, so he appears to be shy. A lot of people here seemed to be shy concerning sharing their thoughts on the game, and so yes, most of the people are shy here. It's a difficult moment for them. Hello, Senior. And so yes, it's very unfortunate here that most of the fans appear to be shy here, but yes, it is the Black Stars who are obviously trailing by 1-0. Black Stars had a phone by 1-0. Then now Becca.
The Becca for Black Stars no say changes na bonus no boni na changes back I say as a Jordan film. Nedi Mohamed Salisu ne Fatah Isaku. Oma anymore number one hakana Oma
and so he is calling for changes in the second half, especially subbing of Jordan Ayew, who has been at the center of boost at this juncture. And so yes, it changes that most of the fans are calling for. As to whether they will be able to make amends in the second half remains to be seen. I have with me another fan in his Black Stars jersey, You seem to be in a mixed mood.
Yes. Looking at the game, second half there, the second half is our game. So Fatah Isako will come in and the game will change. So the match will end 2-1.
But I mean,
2-1.
What do you think we are getting it wrong in the first half that led to the goal?
I think it's our forward. Looking at Jordan, he relaxed on the ball, and then small time when you get the ball, you can't control the ball, and that is one of. And I think the back two we are getting problem now because one of our defenders had an injury, and then Aliudi came in. Looking at his height, he's finding it difficult over there. So which they need to work on it too as well.
Carlos Cruz has proven that he's able to change games in tight moments. What do you expect from him in the second half?
Who? Fatah Isako.
Carlos Cruz, the coach.
Yes, for the second half, I believe on the coach that there's going to be a changes. I believe in him. Yes.
You believe in him?
I believe in him. Yes.
And so he's very confident that the Black Stars will be able to get the needed results for them to sail through to the next round of the competition. You are still trying to get some people to speak to, but unfortunately, most of the people here are shy and are unable to speak to. However, we are still getting some of the fans in their mood to also share their thoughts on. Yes, as I said earlier, most of them are sad and are not in the mood to engage us. However, if Black Stars were probably leading, it would have been a different story. And so we are still trying to get some of the fans to share their thoughts with us. Senior, this is GhanaWeb TV. First half, then I'll show you what second half.
Okay, first time I'm very adomana etima ayaden etima because this year no nipa no bossing na wasan show but the hope say nyam be adoma e betima changes too there changes and who say be boy kakra
changes be now shey
so yeah I was say you Jordan from na ka ye di obifu from bra ball no omo ahonde unti say ball ahonde ball na say wontimi anye den also as a striker ya was also ahonde kakra say defender obia ni wo defender bia ni wo be den obegina osa be fa ball na question easy into also osa so won grand kakra na say yapem wa what me agina kakra but yapem na no otofom abasa ha adwin kakra nti medals.
And so he is also unimpressed with Jordan Ayew's movement on the ball. He believes that he should be the first person to be substituted in the game. Most of the fans here have expressed their dissatisfaction with Jordan Ayew's performance in the game, and heading into the second half, they expect some changes from head coach Carlos Cruz. Frank, if you can hear me, you can take over from the studios.
That report, guys. The second half is about to start, but let me acknowledge our sponsors before we get into the second half. Emblem Logistics, Supply Solutions, Melcom, where Ghana shops, Glyco, we cushion you for life, Usla Enterprise, where efficiency meets performance, 369 Gym, a center for core strength, balance, and well-being. Milo, make your champ with Milo. DSTV, home of entertainment. Furniture City, home of quality furniture. Lizzie Sheto, shock up spice, stay satisfied. Just Chinese from our kitchen to your heart. Kunori Cosmetics, healthy skin, renewed confidence. Bigo, big refreshing moment. Vena mineral water, share love with Vena mineral water. Rush energy drink, be bold, be you. Electroland Ghana, home of electronics and affordable luxury. Well, the second half has started, so Victor, just get on with it.
Well, so Richard Rios has come in for James Rodriguez, the skipper of the side, and as maybe there seems to be a problem with the Colombian skipper, as the Black Stars currently are just trying to find the ball around among themselves. And it's a bit of hold up here. Jordan Ayew was in that chit-chat mode with the referee, Clement Tupin, before the kickoff or the commencement of the second half. They just wondering what exactly was telling the referee. And, you know, Jordan speaks French as well because he was he grew up, you know, born there, grew up there, and had a taste of the French football. As Jordan currently has this free kick, 40 yards out. Thomas Partey issuing a few instructions, and he's trying to position his colleagues. And it tells you he has serious business at the moment. 46 minutes. FIFA World Cup round of 32 between Ghana and Colombia, with Colombia leading the Black Stars by a goal to nil. It's flicked inside looking for Inaki Williams, but forced to Alidu Seidu. That's a big touch there. Returns it to Gideon. And here's Inaki Williams has got Jordan ahead of him. Inaki sends it a crossing and is turned away by Justin Lemar, Thomas Partey. And forced to the Colombians once again. Luis Diaz with a hit up front. And it's been looked for. Jordan gets into the challenge, loses to Poeta. Caribbean Tree. And advantage stays with Colombia. So Poeta, what the player has been. Oh, don't joke with his size. Very, very cute.
Oh yeah, but Ghana
but very grounded.
The second half, just like they ended the first half, there is momentum, and you can see that they actually want to get the goal before, you know, it gets late into the game. Partey, he's been phenomenal in midfield, but that's a foul committed by Lucasen.
So Lucasen, and talking about Gustavo Poeta, former Colombia under-20 captain. His first time out the World Cup finals. Also won the Bundesliga in 2024 with Bayer Leverkusen, where he plays at the moment. And it's a change phase of play onto the far right-hand side. That is from Lukemi, finds Daniel Munoz. Lifts it for his colleague up front, looks with Mojeka. Colombia! Oh, just across the face of goal there. And that is a very tempting moment. Looks to be Javier Luis Suarez. And that's Richard Rios, the man who came for James Rodriguez. And with that effort from the edge of the 18-year right-hand side, drilled across the face of goal there. And Atizege once again struggling to even get a hand to it, despite stretching.
He knew he wasn't getting trouble, and the ball was traveling past the goalpost. So I think he withdrew his hand once he knew that the ball was getting past the post.
So Ghana couldn't really keep it on the turf. That's Inaki Williams. And a few Ghanaians who are watching this game looking for that huge substitution from coach Carlos Correa. That's a perfect pass from Thomas Partey ahead of Antoine Semenyo, standing between two players there, but still stays could be trouble. Vargas jumps into the air and gobbles the ball. No trouble looking for Camilo Vargas. 37 years of age and is bringing experience to bear in this particular game. As Davison Sanchez is going to be a long drive out wide into midfield. Looks for Caribbean Tree, picks it up, bits into it by Poeta. He complains to the referee a bit I'd say, and we get to see another yellow card for Caribbean Tree. That's another way to tame the Ghana's young man, and absolutely needless there. Still he want to concede.
I think yes, getting a booking now, I don't know, but he is going to force Carlos Correa to make a sub, and if he's going to make any sub, then probably it might be him, because in our earlier game that we played, he got a yellow card that he was forced to be substituted for another player to take his position. So I'm not sure he would want to risk getting a red card in the game. So definitely he would want to sub. Then Yirenchi will be the man to be subbed. But let's see how best he's able to manage the situation, even in the yellow card that he just got in the game. Yes, the Black Stars are trying to do something, but it's not really working for them. How they're able to, I don't see how they are able to do or swing passes together. Yes, the midfield is broken, it's really, really down. Partey gets the ball all right, but who to give the pass to is the challenge, and it's really, really not helping. That is why they get the ball and they are easily giving it out to the Colombians in the final third.
Well, that is why they're giving the ball out to the Colombians in the final third. As Colombia have got a free kick very deep in their own half. And that's another tip corner kick to concede with Jefferson Lemar. Hits it onto his far right-hand side. As Colombia will come forward this particular one. And it's brought back to Davison Sanchez. A bit of chase coming from Antoine Semenyo. And Antoine Semenyo, the most expensive player on the turf at the moment. £85 million. Even ahead of Luis Diaz, who is stacked on to 76 million. So just tells you in terms of the rating and market value for some of the players so far. There is Jefferson Lemar for Colombia. Lukemi and plays it to Sanchez. Jordan just tracking it, and it's another long whip. Looks for Richard Rios, but Jerome Opoku has it. They get into that tassel there, and it's currently out. And Ghana consists that one. Just wondering why he took his eyes off the ball.
He had all the time in the world to clear it. I don't know why he took so many touches.
So it's currently outside. He's managed to redeem himself. Yon Arias. Oh, they didn't really get a perfect touch away by the Colombian ladies. Oh my goodness, God have created people. And you can see the Ghanaian fans as well. Handsome men. Everywhere is beautiful at the Kansas City Stadium. But interestingly, it's beautiful for the Colombian fans who are leading Ghana by goal to nil. Yon Arias, 14th minute inside the first half. And as Derek Lacusen who brings it up front into midfield, looks for Thibault, who changes direction of play. Thomas Partey now, the midfield engine, driving forward. Little Thibault, Jordan Ayew waiting for it. Rather picks Caleb Yantry. Alidu Seidu running by his long drive inside. Lukemi will have a touch. It's poured out of the 18-yard, and it's Ghana's straight advantage. And it's halfway, quickly to be taken. Thibault goes all the way to his far left-hand side to pick Jerome Opoku. Gideon Mensah back to Jerome Opoku. Laxon waits for it. He receives it from his centre-back pair. That's a big walk now. And it's taken back to Jerome Opoku. What a game. The Blasters currently having a lot of possession there. But it's Antoine Semenyo once again, who have been falling so deep. Very workaholic into this game. Christian Sabo, defensive into pass. Antoine Semenyo has, oh no, it's just across the face of goal. Nobody's there to connect on the final volley there. And it's Daniel Munoz once again. And it's looking a bit frustrating at the moment.
From Antoine Semenyo, there was nobody there to connect with the ball. Nobody there sensing danger that the ball could drop at the far post, which is shocking because at this state that we are in, they need to be feeding on this kind of, free balls that arrive inside the box.
Well, Mojika is going to whip it very long, looking for Luis Diaz. Do not pick him. Ghana wins the battle. It's hitting up front from the right boot of Gideon Mensah, but stays with Mojika. Oh, quickly saw danger looming where Jordan Ayew approaching. And as Jefferson Lemar cools it down a bit, looks for Jefferson Sanchez, goes on to his right hand side, and that is Daniel Munoz. All right, yes, Jefferson Lemar once again into the center circle for Poita. Lemar, Sanchez, Lukemi waiting for it at the left hand side, and he gets served with it, takes a big run, drops his shoulder, goes infield back to Poita, and it's beats Caleb Yantry. Poita central, Ghana would have to defend this one. Dax Laxton goes to the ground, and what a way to have a final touch there, the powerful man.
Very good defending from he almost looked like Luis Suarez had gotten one over him, but it was quick off his feet.
Well, another trouble here, Poita! That's a great save there. And once again, brilliant work from Artizega to prevent that one from finding the back of the net. Curled into the far post there. And you can see Gideon Mensah and Jefferson Lemar in that huge confrontation. And has to take the assistant referee to prevent it. But what a cave. Bend beyond everybody now, I said. But not beyond Lawrence Artizega. And the players watch it. And he pounds it away.
The press, and then once Colombia are having the ball, the Black Stars are very timid getting out of the box. They are still stuck in the box, and I don't understand why. Because Puerta had all the chance to get a very good shot at Artizigi.
Well, so maybe, just maybe, at the moment, maybe Coach Carlos Correa will be looking at his cards and will be watching that of Brandon Thomas Asante and equally Fatah Isaaku and Ernest Dioma to see who he can reshuffle to come into this game. And yeah, as Alidu Seidu goes back to Dark Laxon and plays into Thomas Partey, who drops deep and is to carry the ball for it. Bidi Javier will get back into that battle and force back to Poita. Big chance there! And it's Luis Diaz. Colombia are out by 2-0. And they are just rushing the Barbados, and the flag is there. Oh my goodness. What a savior. Luis Diaz celebration having halted. And the Colombia fans absolutely cannot believe their eyes. And what a miss there from Thomas Partey. And you can see the defensive line was breached. They were just watching. It's a right call from the assistant referee to Partey. Very lucky on that occasion. Ghana survives the scare.
Very lucky.
When Partey lost the ball, the midfielders were caught ball watching. It was up to when the defender, the opponent tried to make incursions to the game. Then Sibo started running. It was too late. That is why I'm saying that Sibo gets the ball all right, but to get the final third or to get the final pass to the Ghanaian players, that is the challenge the Black Stars are trying to get. Because we are defending, when they get the ball up front, it's difficult for them to get there on time because they will have to run. Once they get there, it would have been too late. Look at the pass Semenyo got right, a low cross. There was no one there just to do a tapping that got him furious in the game. We should have that mindset. Let's attack. At least there might be something that we will get.
Another big chance here, falling through for Exploiter. Oh, big chance for Diaz. A big save again from Atizege. Partey comes back, wins it, drops the ball out of trouble. Sabo. 57 minutes. Round of 32 face between Colombia and the Black Stars here, and it's turned out to be something else. There's drama plenty in this particular game, and the Black Stars have just cooled off the momentum of the game. There's Sabo, walking pace, drops his shoulder to his right hand side and picks Ali Ducedo. Jordan Ayew. You know what? Wapuni took a crowd out here. Jordan Ayew, what a game is having so far. Ghana skipper, leading by example. And this game is brought to you by Emily Logistic, Bagel, Just Chinese, Milo, Glyco Insurance. This is Nigeria. What a killer in there, my blues, everybody. Antoine Semenyo. Oh my goodness, takes so much time. Oh my goodness. That is a big miss from the Black Stars. And the referee finally whistles. Another wasted chance, gonna begging for conversion. Jerome Opoko, who runs into that final third. And once again, the Ghanaians are just struggling to make good use of the opportunity. But what a save there from Atizege. 1-on-1 against Luis Diaz, and that is a very spot-on save so far.
Very good save, because one of the deadliest finishers we have in the world. But on that occasion, I think there was a bounce on the ball before Luis Diaz struck it, and that was what took the venom away from the shot. But don't take anything away from Atizigi. He was at the right place at the right time, and he put off a brilliant save.
Oh, so looks to be another muzzle pull for Chris Sibo, struggling to stay on his feet.
He's been long on the pitch. I think Sibo should be out.
No, Elisha again. Sibo going off, and then I see Elisha.
So that's Jerome Opoku into that strong challenge from behind on Yabe Suarez. And we might get to see some substitutions here. And we might get to see Elisha Owusu and maybe Fatal Isaku as we look to approach the 60th minute mark. And it's Mojika with a long drive up front. Once again chasing Luis Diaz, gets the head of Darren Lucasen. Calabi entry wins it. Jordan, trouble, goes to the ground, wins the sympathy of the referee. And that's Richard Rios, causing a bit of disturbance there. And now what's the Ghanaians? A free kick. Nowhere close to the 18-yard. It's very deep inside their own territory. Now the big question is, who can really understand the movement of Antoine Semenyo up front, at least to complement his effort?
Jordan should get into the box. This is not something he can. He should get into the box.
So Jordan, who is the striker, is deciding to take this one. When he should be up there doing the work. To nobody in particular, it's a poor delivery. Finds Daniel Munoz. Yon Arias has it. Ghana will have to fall back. Thomas Partey telling them to go back. Oh, again, it's Alidu Seidu against Diaz. Goes to the ground. Flag stays down. Seidu wins it. Finds Jordan, who trot back to the edge of his 6 yards to win it. Is quickly taken off. And there's a touch on Antoine Semenyo. Referee blows his whistle.
I mean, they need to get physical, because now the Colombians are trying to play the South American type of football. But the Black Stars should also show that they are also the buga of African football. They see the referee didn't even award a foul there on that push on Ali Seidu.
Well, so it's Inaki William that is out of this game. And we get to see Fatal Isahaku, who has just been introduced into the game by Coach Carlos Queiroz. And Sibo, after struggling with that Mazupu, is taking off in this game. And we get to see a new face introduced into the game. And that's Elisha Owusu, who is coming on to the fray. And you can see the young Ghanaian fans perhaps not understanding the rhythm of the moment so far. And they are just full of smile at the Kansas City Stadium. Round of 32 fixture here on GhanaWeb TV. Also live on other social media platforms as well. Here's Fatal. Goes deep. Bets Mojika to it. Goes to the ground. And the referee will have none of that. Fatal, surprised about the final decision of the referee. That's a huge challenge, isn't it? Yeah. Certainly should have at least passed for a free kick there for a foul. And then fresh legs being brought on. 62 minutes. And so far, the Black Stars are keeping themselves intact in this game and need that important equalizer to keep their chances alive. And in the second half, they've seen 53% of ball possession, and yet to translate into a goal so far. Jerome Poku with the header, finds Poeta. Jefferson Lemar. And there's one there. Oh, another defense splitting pass, but there's nobody there to move into that space. Looks to be Thomas Partey, the octopus, moving in that silky lotion movement. But again, there's no forward who is really understanding the passing of his movement. And you know why? The reason why the Arsenal players or the strikers will enjoy, because his movement straightforward. And 63 minutes. And here is Colombia once again. Yon Arias is a deep run. Elisha also trying to track it, but fails to give the ball to Daniel Monoso. Class back Ares midfielder Yon Arias for trying to bring the ball for it. But it's Jerome Poku with Ghana's one. And has just taken a big walk off the edge of the ATM, brought back to Derek Laxton. Ghana needs to be careful. Partey comes into the fray, hangs onto the ball, hits it into midfield for Calabi, and Tree goes to his left hand side, and there's a big run. Alex coming from that side. Gideon Mensah is going to be a long diagonal head, looking for Fatai Saku. Managed to get to him. Fatal, the first touch, lets him down on that occasion. That is a clever hit, and Coach Carlos Queiroz covers his mouth, knows that his winger could have done better. There's so much power behind that ball. They try on the ball. There's so much power behind it.
Oh, he's the only attacking threat we have now at the right hand side, and they need to use him more. That was a perfect diagonal ball from Gideon Mensah to find him. They need to keep giving him the ball more, because he's got what it takes to change the game in a blink of an eye.
Also, the ball currently rushing out, and again that's Jordan. Well, it's been interesting to see how he gets to pass now. With Brandon Thomas Asante. I'm interested in seeing that change. Unless we need a bit of energy. So there's a bit of something happening. Looks to be Mojeka. And Fatal complaining a bit. Well, he seems to have taken a knock in the process of that particular challenge.
The ball hit his face.
Oh, that's a big one there. And it's part of the game, isn't it? Yeah. Part of the casualties. Reason why they are pocketing $100,000 for appearance fee. And it's been consistent. That figure has been very consistent for quite some time now. Very consistent in 2014 when they took that money. 2022 missed out on the 2018 World Cup. But then Fatal once again sprinting forward. Sandwiched by 3. He sheds Poeta. And let's say Ghana has got advantage. Referee point the other way around. And Fatal is very furious. And they get booked by the French referee Clement Tupin. And that's a crazy scene, isn't it? Frank, you can talk, because if I talk right now, I'm doing commentary. They'll say so.
I think he whistled for a free kick rather. And Fatal, a player of his caliber, you should know that you don't go charging at the referee like that. It's going to cost you. And he's been given the yellow.
And you know, at this tournament, it's very clear that it's only the captain who can, you know, approach the referee in some circumstances. Should have just kept his cool. But Colombia will have to come forward now. And it's from the left hand side here. Yabe Suarez drags it back to Lema. He's got Mojika, finds him. Fatal tracking it. Finds Poiter. Everywhere on the turf. And a very diminutive player. Lema, Partey tracking it. Managed to keep it, brings it back to Sanchez. And back to Sanchez again. Ghana draws back into their own half. As they quell. As Colombia now trying to see if they can fancy their chances here. And as Jordan who is going to track it all the way to Vargas, who has been on a virtual holiday in the last 10 minutes in this particular second half.
And one worrying start there. 250 minutes so far for Jordan Ayew without a shot at this year's World Cup. Worrying start for someone who is supposed to lead Ghana's attack.
And Ghana's
most experienced player. And
Ghana's, you know, I mean, top scorer as far as the qualifying to this World Cup is concerned. As Lackerson. And they invite Jerome Opoku into the fray. It's going to be another Ghana attacking slot. And they are taking their time to build back. And there's Thomas Partey, who is just inside the center circle waiting to receive it. And that's Elisha, who also finds Derek Laxon. Jerome Opoku calls for it, receives it. Push the ball a bit up front. As diagonal looking for Jordan. Has been cut short. Semenyo managed to have it. Partey brings it back. Elisha also just a wrong pass there. But Gideon Mensah keeps it on the turf. Brings it back to Elisha also. And it's brought back to Jerome Opoku. Ghana once again pressing the restart button all over again for Derek Laxon. He's got Alidu Seidu.
They need to be composed on the ball.
No Ghana needs to find a bit of his pressing. Lacking his pressing at the moment. 68 minutes. And it's still Colombia that hugs onto Yon Arias' goal. As Mojika faces Fatal, goes past Mojika, goes past Diaz. And he whips it into the channel. That has been cleared out. Semenyo. Can he go long? Semenyo. Semenyo goes for the shot there. Return ball. Just wide of the mark. And it's Thomas Partey.
I think this is how the Blasters should be playing, because up front they are not really getting the players up front there. Then it means that they have to go on individual brilliance in the game. That's how you see Semenyo trying to shoot from afar. Then Partey also trying to follow on the rebound. If we had done that in the first minute when we started, would have gotten a goal from the rebound that led to the a goal in the other way for the Colombians. Yes, the Blasters are trying to swing some passes together in the game, but as to how those passes will eventually materialize or bring up a goal is what we are all waiting for. Let's see how best this is going to go, because the Blasters, yes, they are trying to, or they are really playing well, but I don't think that they should, even if they are going to lose, probably they should take the game probably to extra time, because they are really playing well. A goal for them means that then they are going to really come at the Colombians and try to see if they can get the needed second goal for the game to go on to their favor. Yes, Isaaku has been booked. It's going to make him a bit slow on the flanks, because a little bit of pressure on any of his opponents then means that he's going to be sent off. Then he's going to get curious, thinking on who to bring on. I think by now he should be thinking of Brandon Thomas Asante, bringing him onto the game. We need more energy up front, so bringing Isaaku on is not enough. There should be more pressure up front. I think that he should bring Brandon on, then let's Semenyo drop to the middle, help Partey in the distribution of the passes. Then let's see how best that will help us, because Semenyo is good at the distribution, because you look at how he's able to switch play with some of his passes and all that. That is what Semenyo can do. So drop Semenyo to the middle, then Brandon up front. Probably that is what will make the changes for the Black Stars.
Oh, certainly so. It is what a hydration break. And that is mandatory at this year's FIFA World Cup. 3 minutes break. And I'm sure Frank will want to do a bit of business. And is once again acknowledging our proud partners for this particular coverage. And if you care to know, the likes of Jess Chinese, DSTV Milo, 369 Dream, Furniture City, and Glyco Insurance, Emily Logistics, Lizzie Shito is Shitoing, and others, Bigo Energy, Rush Energy Drink as well. And you can see Fatai Saku with so much energy in this game. And it's Yon Arias, the goal scorer, who goes off. And we get to see another face introduced into this game by Nesto Lorenzo, and it's Quintero who will be making his way onto the field in the 20 jersey. And it's a close chapter for Yon Arias. And that was an earlier strike by Javi Suarez there. And that nearly cost a bit of that goal actually. And he goes onto the bench with a bit of excitement. If it stays this way, So Vargas picks it up right on the edge of his 18-yard. No trouble slobbing. 72 minutes done. And he gets to slice it to Lukimi, who whips it out front. They've not got any time. Finds Poiter. Oh, it's just lacking around the back of the Ghanaian players. Leaves it for Diaz. Waist cutting in, sends it infield. Looking for someone in the yellow shirt. Seems to pick his colleague there, who have been introduced into the game winners. Oh, once again looking for Richard Rios with a lovely belter inside. And is looking to pick Luis Diaz, but again he arrives the sail late because Alido Sedu was just ahead of him, at least to prevent any danger.
Yeah, and that was a brilliant build-up from Colombia, but once again, the cross failing to find a target man. Then Luis Diaz was in a perfect position, but I think there was too much firepower behind the cross there, and fortunately for Ghana, he couldn't actually touch it in.
Well, so Partey wins the sympathy of the referee, and it's going to be Ghana's free kick. The time not really on the side of the Black Stars as far as progressing is concerned. It's not been a very, very pleasant World Cup journey for the Black Stars in their last two editions. As Antoine Semenyo hacks onto the corner flag, looks to be goal kick. I was thinking it was going to be a corner. Shakes his head a bit. I was just talking about the Black Stars World Cup journey. Made their debut appearance back in 2006 and went all the way into the round of 16 and got hammered by Brazil in that 3-0 finishing with the likes of Ronaldinho then featuring in that particular game. We appeared in 2010 South Africa, the first time to host it on African soil, and reached the quarterfinals. Got a huge heartbreak from Uruguay, and now Luis Suarez touch on the goal line definitely will be remembered for ages in African football folklore. And anytime the World Cup comes by, it will be one of the big storylines that will make the taglines. And in 2014, Brazil, marred by a lot of controversy, money scandal here and there, and amidst that group stage exit was what the Black Stars achieved with that quality squad anchored by the likes of Kelvin, Prince Boateng, and Asamoah Gyan and the rest. Missed out on 2018 Russia, back to the continental podium, the world podium in 2022 Qatar. Beat South Korea in the group stages, lost to Portugal, got hammered by Uruguay in that final group game. And here they are in the USA, made it out of Group L and chasing another round of 16 ticket. But it's proven a very Herculean task so far. As that huge tackle on Mujica, he goes to the ground, and it's another yellow card flashed out by the French referee, Clement Turpin. And I love how he keeps his face straight,
so composed, so
and he
calm.
issues out the card.
Yeah,
Interesting,
so
isn't it?
He doesn't charge at the players, but he's actually able to stamp his authority on the game, and he's done that. He's kept the game, below the physicality, and he's still taking in charge.
Well, he's still taking in charge. As Quintero, who just came into the game for Yuan Arias, goes for the power there, but certainly that is going to rise high beyond the crossbar, and he blasts into the sea of yellow shirt into his fans who are actually behind Ghana's goal post. That's a very ambitious kick from the midfielder. And Atesege would have to regroup this one for Ghana from the back. Long drive looking for his skipper. Finds the chest of Caleb Yentry there. Caleb Yentry coming forward. It's got Fatal to his right hand side. Fatal 1-on-1 with Diaz. It's Mojika instead, who got the better of him. And there's an interest in Jordan Ayew. Just rushing it. It's brought into midfield. And there's Jerome Opoku. Partey has it. Tristan and Channing looking for a bit of space. Left it for Semenyo. It's cleared off his face. And he goes into that tussle. Diaz. Seydou chasing it. Together with Elisha also brought back into midfield. Alright, here goes Justin Lema. Plenty of space for him. Let's it for Diaz. Not the best of that. And as Lidu said, will continue. Fatal bet his marker. Mojika, who is having so much work to do. Push from behind. And looks like it should be a yellow card situation. Referee coming to point. Dips his hand into his pocket. And it is a yellow card. End-to-end stop so far. 77 minutes. And Ghana looking for that equalizer. And Richard Rios is the culprit.
Amazing skill there from Fatal to get past his marker. And then he was in his stride, but the only thing to stop him was Richard Rios, and he will get a yellow card for that.
So double substitution for the Black Stars, and we get to see Ernest Nyama. And certainly we'll also be having Prince Edu join the fray. 78 minutes. And let's see what these two players bring on board. And they've got a few instructions from the bench. Unless to deliver. Caleb Yentry also goes off. And let's see what these changes bring to the Guardians.
Well, they are sensing it's now time to go all out now, because now it's either you chase the equalizer or you settle for a 1-0 loss, which means you'll be booted out of the game.
And so it is Prince Edu Poku who, fouled Jason Sachas in the process. And they getting themselves into that bit of trouble now. We've got the men to really handle the toughness of these Colombian players. And they plays for Victoria Plazin. And it's been really one of Ghana's lethal strikers, very promising in terms of how his movements up front around the front channel has been so far. As Vargas. And let's tips this one for Lukimi, who's looking for Diaz again, but it's well collected. Lidu Seydou. Oh, they've given out away the pass again. It's 2-on-3. Diaz, and you can chase off the body of Lidu Seydou. And Ghana survives that scare once again. The Bayern man, and he looks to be a tormentor in chief. And it looks like the Colombians, they've taken so much coffee before coming to this game, and so they are really, keeping their eyes open. And don't forget that they are very famous for producing coffee on that side of the world. The reason why one of their nicknames to the national team aside the latrine has been the cafeteros, which translates producers of coffee. And so it's a corner kick to be taken. Quintero is taking it from the left-hand side of the Ghanaian area. Send it across. Oh, that's another big touch there from Atesege. Oh my goodness, the defense once again caught ball watching. Left the goalkeeper at the expense of the ball. But again, they said Gallenman makes a very important catch. 80 minutes. And it is Ghana versus Colombia, round of 32 fixture. And already we have just 2 African teams qualifying so far, all from the North African soil. Egypt and Morocco. And the rest of them have been flashed out of the tournament. Cote d'Ivoire falling off. Senegal as well. Cape Verde. Algeria. But here is Ernest Nyama looking for a bit of openings. Got far options to Gideon Mensah. And it's going to be another long drive. There's a poor decision. Nobody's inside Colombia's 18-yard. And it's frustrating at the moment for the Black Stars. Just watch this one. Ghana very, very lucky there. Oh, I guess we'll have the touch again. Looks to be the skipper of the side. Davison Sanchez.
For a defense that's had praises since the start of the tournament, it's been shocking tonight. Spaces left behind, allowing players to attack. That should be a yellow.
Also, the flag is up once again. That's a lovely delivery from Mujeka. Looking for Diaz, who is just miles ahead of Alidu Seidu. Touched the ball, but it was already into that web off offside. That means that Ghana will have the opportunity to see how they can lift the ball from the back and take it up front. Derek Laxon calling for it. He's just calling his colleagues to come for the ball. Looks for Elisha Wosu, but decides to go the left-hand side. Looks to be Jerome Opoku. Long drive, looking for Fatal. Fatal has it now on the edge of the left-hand side. Fatal has got a quality, but again, just lifts it into his man. Here's Partey, collects it. But Lemature lifts the ball for Ernest Nyama. Fatal looking to cross that one. And again, it's just another player in front of Antoine Semenyo. Straight into the waiting arms of Vargas. 82 minutes, and the Blasters have just got 88 minutes of normal time, barring the additional time that will be added by the French referee, Clement Tupen, and they just need to find their heads around this Colombian team, and they hardly concede. Ernest Diamak has got the legs. Drifting, goes wide, finds Antoine Semenyo. Ghana, can this be the equalizer? Oh, it's a final tip away. And it's into Javier Luis Suarez. And he tries to break away from Elisha Wosu. Poiter. And the work rate from Antoine Semenyo have been very, very impressive. But Colombia coming forward. Oh, that's another hit there. And it's Quintero with the outside of the boot hit from 35 years out. What an idea to take that one. Just look at it. And certainly would have been a bit troubling if it hadn't been on target. 83 minutes. And it's still reminding you of Jazz Chinese, Emin Logistics, DSTV, Milo, Glyco Insurance, Vena, Lizzie Shito, Furniture City, 369 Dreams, Bagel, Energy Drink, Rash, Vena, and all of you helping us bring you this particular game. And it's another huge challenge. And the referee once again blows his whistle, and it's Derek Lucasen who rolls on the turf. Now I've taken a slap in the process. And it's Javier Suarez, who plays for Sporting CP. And so far it's been very, very fantastic tonight for the Colombians. Partey calmly brings it to the right hand side for Seidu. Fatal back to Partey, who is now the captain of the side. Fatal, Mojeka gets the better of it. Let's wait for Diaz. And the ball is currently out. 84 minutes. And guys, would you hope to see Brandon Thomas Asante at this point?
Well, now you just have to, put your eggs, all your eggs in the basket, because you are chasing a game and all you can do is attack. Now it's all out. You have to, take the chances. You have to set the traps and go all out. Because if you concede a second, it means you're already out. So you just have to do what you have to do and then go all out and try to find a winner, because it's almost time.
Well, you can rest assured we're going to get some 6 minutes of additional time. So we have just 5 minutes left on the clock. So, to be fair, we've got some 11 minutes. So in addition to the minutes that we added on in this game, and the Black Stars have got to really, really find a bit of a solution here. in terms of getting the equalizer. Has brought infield, finds Poeta. Drifts onto his side. There's roasted for Diaz in plenty of space again left here. Takes the ball into Ghana's box. Seidu. And Ghana's living dangerously on his side. Enestiama comes back to win it. He's got the legs. The Leon man drifting midfield. Goes to the ground in the process. And play is halted. And one of the most talented players at this tournament, but we've not really get to see the better of him, Enestiama.
He has the potential, and he started his career brilliantly, but then injuries have actually, curtailed his goal. But once again, showing what he can do whenever he is on the pitch.
So Elisha also finds Antoine Semenyo. Antoine Semenyo, plenty of space there. Left it for his colleague, back to Fatal. Could this be Ghana's moment? Could this be Ghana's moment? Oh my goodness, that's well bent there by the whistle is already up. And let's be Poita, the midfielder who stays on the turf. And he seems to be in a bit of discomfort. And Davidson Sanchez complains to the referee.
That's even the foul.
Oh, but let's see. That's Semenyo, and then, oh my goodness, you want to go into battle with this strong Antoine Semenyo. And Antoine Semenyo just trashing.
Well, just the frustration setting in because they know the time is almost up, and now they might be, getting boot out of the competition, but they need to still calm their nerves down because what this competition, the knockout stages have shown that goals can come in the dying minutes. And Ghana, even in their first game, scored in the dying minutes of the game. So they just have to keep playing how they are playing, and who knows, they might get the equalizer.
Well, the Black Stars showing that Colombia can be porous at times or vulnerable in the final stages of the game. But yes, Derek Laxton, yes, edging close to the halfway line. Partey onto his left-hand side, right-hand side. And that's going to be another big chase there for Prince Edu, who couldn't really keep it on the turf, took his eyes off the ball. And the young Ghanaian fans watching on, and the Colombians are having a great time at the Kansas City Stadium. And it's going to be a battle there. There's a bit of push from Poita on. And Estuema, but ball is back to Ghana's foot. The centre back. Derek Laxton is staying in. Elisha Owusu, Jerome Opoku, Gideon Mensah. And back to Jerome Opoku. Who goes diagonal looking for Fatal. Isahako, but Mojika had it well covered. Ball is out. It's going to be Ghana's advantage. Carlos Queiroz issuing a few instructions. And we get to see another substitution from the Colombia. Looks to be Campas, who is getting ready to come on.
So it's defensive mode now because they are almost there. They have 1 foot inside the last 60. Then the coach is not leaving anything out there for Ghana to have a chance in equalizer.
Also, Campas is in. He's coming with the luck that will certainly help the Ghanaians to score. I was gonna go. I've got a throw in here. It's a long one taken into the chest. Edu looking to turn it for Semenyo here, and it's quickly flashed out from the far right hand side.
By tapping to
again the referee. There's Richard Rios who stays on the turf. There's so many.
6.
So definitely told you that at least we've got 6 minutes, and the Black Stars have just got 6 minutes to reply. If not, to drag the game into extra time. And a bit of frustration on Ghana's bench. And I saw the Sosa watching helplessly. And maybe Yon Pinsto. So Ghana has it all the way back. It is Laxton onto his far left hand side for Gideon Mensah. Partey calling for it in the middle. Could not be fetched. So much power behind it for him. Campas will have a touch since coming in. Here's Richard Rios. Lima. Poita, plenty of space for him. He could go for the shots there. Campas, and it's off against Ali Seidu. Ghana chasing Quintero. That's a big whip! Oh, again, just across the face of goal. And Ghana, once again, just living recklessly at the back. And it's a very, very difficult moment. And you can see Campas was trying to stretch the Ghanaian defense there. And it is Gideon Mensah who got into that battle with the man at the far post. And Lorenzo Nesta.
Gideon, you're not able to see from your back. Then the right thing you could have done is just protect the ball for the goalkeeper, just to catch the ball. But he was trying to flick the ball, and that was what. Because if he had scored, I mean the player had a better option than you, because the player saw what was ahead of you. You are not able to see from the back, so you just have to just protect the ball for the goalkeeper to get onto the ball, and it's what we were supposed to do. 4 minutes more. I don't see anything. I don't see any coming back. I don't see the Blasters coming back in the game with just 4 minutes to play. It's to me, I think it's all over. It's all over. We just have to pack, do more shopping, and at least come back. It's all over. It's all over for the Blasters. I don't see any coming back for the Blasters, because the Colombia I watched against Portugal is not the same Colombia playing today. Because if it was that same Colombia, I'm sure by now the Blasters will be swimming in some bunch of goals. But it's all over. It's all over for the Blasters. I don't see the Blasters coming back with an equalizer and taking the game into extra time. And I'm sure by now most Ghanaians don't even want the game to progress into extra time, because it's already 4 a.m. They would want to go to the market and go to places. So I think they would want to get some rest.
Also, it's Colombia pouring men up front. And we've just got 3 minutes of the 6 minutes that have been added. That's a perfect kill out there. And Atesege managed to get a hand to it, but not a perfect of touch. Mojika chases it. There's Poiter. Nobody's there but fine. Campas. Mojika. On the right hand side goes all the way back to Lukemi, who finds his keeper, Sanchez. He was waiting for it, but it's Poiter once again who have got himself into a very vital position to be saved. Lukemi has it here. Drop his shoulder to Mojika. Poiter infield into the center cycle. And it's Colombia just taking their time to enjoy themselves, caress the ball around. And they need to be a bit watchful of their back, even as they're trying to do that. It's been across here. Big moment for Campas. And he lets it wide off the mark. It's a very dangerous angle there. And it's Quintero who edges closer. And Ghana once again carelessly have given away possession. Yabe Suarez has been a bit quiet since coming in. And the Ghanaians will chase it. Here's Lema. And there's Jerome Opoku.
Why are you leaving it for the goalkeeper?
Well, it looks like the Black Stars have even given up, but let's see what happens with this long drive up front. And at the moment, there's no white set behind the ball as Campas has it here. Determining the pace of the game, goes to the left-hand side, looks for Yabe Suarez, 1-on-1 with Alidu Seidu, checks over, it's blocked. Falls back to Poiter, long shots there, and Eric says off, takes out wicked deflection. And it's kept on the field. And it's pulled away by Gideon Mensah to the very far. Just few seconds left. And Ghana's dream of crossing into the round of 16 will be over. And it's been a huge casualty for Africa in these knockout stages. 9 teams qualified, 7 flash down. That's another pinpoint save for Atesege.
Put the ball down, don't just kick it inside. Oh.
And it's in the haste to get the ball up front.
The referee will add the minutes that the players were injured. So you don't need to just kick it inside.
There's Campas bringing it forward. And it's curved there, but again, the goalkeeper and the Blasters defensive line living.
Just find a player.
A bit awkwardly. Fatal gets pulled from behind. Wins the sympathy of the referee.
You will play more than just the 6 minutes.
Partey. Last chance for Ghana here. And they ran into a bit of trouble. Campos has got ahead to it.
Foul against Ghana.
Ernesto Lorenzo. Oh, she has been taking a look at his watch at the moment. Charles Correa edges on his man. And Diaz is up in the technical area. They are just looking to celebrate from that Yon Arias goal. And the Colombian fans keenly keeping their eyes on the clock at the moment.
Oh, it's over.
Well, let's see. That's driven. Ghana looking to take the last chance here. Could we see a complete drama here? In midfield. Has gone back to Derek Laxton.
Why are you playing it back?
Oh, got himself into a bit of trouble here.
Oh, God.
And not a pleasant story for the Black Stars. It just looks like we might, at this point, be looking to exit the tournament. Poeta. Javier Suarez. Back to Mojika. Yes, Mojika once again looking to connect to Campas. There, Lucasen needs to hit it up front quickly. Looking for Edu Prince, couldn't pick him. And certainly, that ends it. Colombia into the round of 16. And they've got a date with Switzerland, and the Black Stars have been flushed out of the competition. Have been a bit lackadaisical in the second half of the game. And as John Arias' 14th minute strike that really gave Ernesto Lorenzo's side that important lead. And what a moment from the Palmeiras man. And the Black Star players definitely whipping a bit. Mojika and let's encourage Thomas Partey. So it's full time at the Kansas City Stadium. And Derek Laxton is helped up onto his feet by Luis Diaz. And it's full time. Full time is Colombia 1, Ghana 0.
Well, an unfortunate end to Ghana's journey in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. They crash out in the round of 32 and their journey comes here. This brings us a close to this night's broadcast. But before we leave, let me acknowledge our sponsors. MLN Logistics, they say simply solutions. Malcolm, where Ghana shops. Glyco, we cushion you for life. Usla Enterprise, where efficiency meets performance. 369 Gym, a center for cost, rent, balance, and well-being. Milo, wake up your champ with Milo. DSTV, home of entertainment. Furniture City, home of quality furniture. Lizzie Shito, stock up spice, up stay satisfied. Just Chinese from our kitchen to your heart. Kunori Cosmetics, healthy skin, renewed confidence, big goal, big refreshing moment. Verna Mineral Water, share love with Verna Mineral Water. Rush Energy Drink, be bold, be you. Electroland Ghana, home of electronics and affordable luxury. Glyco, they say a dream is more than a wish. It's the business you are building, the home you are investing in, the family you are providing for, or the future you are working hard to create. Download the Glyco General app to sign up or call 0501 447694 or email at circumstance. Well, Ben is on the line here and he's still at the High Sense area here in East Legon. Ben, if you are hearing me, I know the mood is not encouraging at High Sense. How are the fans feeling there?
And to talk about
try to test the mic 1 2 try to
Coach Shorty, some great fixtures to look forward to there. Brazil, Norway, and out amongst those that are.
And so it's ended in defeat for the Black Stars of Ghana, and this brings us to the end of the road for the team. Ghana has exited from the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Most of the people here have departed. You try to speak to them so that when we come on air, we would engage them, and most of them are saying, for the level of sadness that is filled in their hearts, they are unable to engage us. And so we are fortunate to have our brother who is willing to speak his mind. He says he saw lots of flaws with our team, and there needs to be rectification with that. And so, I mean, Black Stars, unfortunately, moment to me, I'm qualified. Game Nankasano, then pan I'll back for your performance.
Oh, well, me know something that make us say. In the selection now, go here back. Because I just were plan as why they. Because I just start the game no. Tomate party not number of 5 no. Sabe I have my dream man. Tomate party was about 8.
And then when we look at the
I was about 6. Simon was about 6.
Egypt have it all.
That is party about my great chance I should go. And to walk about party 5. One about my great chance targets na should go. No don't know. Technical team me man no mo ye. Because first of all, Jordan bread. Obia want Jordan bread. 50-50 ball to me for ultimate tackle ball. What the ball man cross no. The minimum that technical team no try am the Jordan ball 77 minutes. As no yeah. Jordan ball 77 minutes as no mo change no. I
Yes. Next in line would be potentially.
Then I will share him a free team in penny for coach, you know. This year, and I say, or World Cup, New Year, neighbor, so better than our cup. We share the performance, yeah. What they do World Cup, yeah. Oh, back us on Trana, say,
oh, coach in the so far so good. Mega say, oh, you're good. Your man at Tam Kakra. I don't know, a man at Tam to my by every present, no, on Jaco. No coach in here, because won't mean country the whole Ghana, go the whole country like Ghana. Players your best 23. You want to play the tournament. I am possible. What I say, and the president, no, Omunja coach, no, here, no, Omunja selection, no, coach.
It is getting heated now. The round of
players who are Muni, some money, and Sweeney, more Shanim Senka, one bay BBR, HSO, team, no. Hope for the future. Players when I show himself after World Cup, maybe these players they Wamumbra baby.
2022, I mean, last show, young funny blaster beam. I am one so by Sam Aquawi, Baba Rahman. Let me last time, friend. Minimum to more than a buy. And Naki, last time, friend. Minimum to more buy. Don't know me away some more team no about Timinica. Then last time, and you was Sule Mutare, SM, Western, Mobile Aquacasu. Satimi no obium. And then Penifone no much money about you or Timinano. You move it to you say, ya bread new blaster, ya no team by young Colano. Let's say you pay 4 by 5, 6 vitamin. Don't so far so good. AFCON qualifying especially for next year 2027 AFCON. Then I will share new say your coach and I say your performance. Then I will share with the actual World Cup. Oh well, the most team in Kasana was say what do you call it? Juku team Salusu Womna Kudusu. But most say your team because team no ball juggler. I'll bet my control ball. A bit much about coming on my pass. That one could do my side one. In the some of your bad player, but because of Kudus are giving to yeah, who also some of your performance. Yeah. So Ghana bet me AFCON 2027.
Put together goals from the
by Mijidio form. Hope Namuno, Waraka Yadia by Mijidio form. Because we are Senegal. Senegal and that was Senegal, a very nice guy game. By almost team game management.
They didn't.
Senegal, we now to make us a Ghana Minjindi was born a Ebony and Fenji Cup.
And so this fan is quite disappointed in the Black Stars' performance. He pointed out some players that he believes that they shouldn't be part and parcel of the team going forward, the likes of Elisha Owusu, the likes of Abdul Babaraman, who has been at the center of backlash when it comes to the Black Stars players' performance after games. And so, yes, this is where we end our fun engagement here in front of the premises of Melcom. Most of the fans, as we said, and lots of people thronged in here to watch the game. But even before the blown of the final whistle, most of them departed to their various destinations. So my name is Benjamin Saki.
The national team, where we are sparingly on international break, you come in, you are scraping, you are firing coaches, you are bringing in different players. Someone switching.
Some fans who are clearly not happy with the performance showed by the Black Stars of Ghana. Well, the Black Stars ended their World Cup journey by getting a defeat, a 1-0 defeat against Colombia. So the journey ends here for the Black Stars. With me and the entire production team, we say good morning to you. We will be back with more for the 2026 FIFA World Cup broadcast.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious. Where are you?
LIVESTREAMING hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete,
LIVESTREAMING, the setor is setorly. LIVESTREAMING,
LIVESTREAMING. Please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. LIVESTREAMING dear. Ebesu obiasu.
LIVESTREAMING hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy and
LIVESTREAMING hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment, I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink. Be bold, be you.
Drink responsibly. Not recommended for persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating mothers. This advert is FDA approved.
Glyco General Insurance provides non-life insurance solutions spanning across motor, fire and accident, marine, liability, bonds and guarantees, as well as specialty risks like agric, energy, oil and gas.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola. Locate the QR code on the label. Scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery.